The following episode is part 2 in the miniseries called Alien, Pandora's Box by It's a Mimic. The plot of this series has been drastically changed from Free League's Alien RPG starter set called Chariot of the Gods, but some aspects may be similar enough to be considered a spoiler. Some rules have been changed from the standard Alien RPG rule set to better fit this short-form audio medium, and some language and situations might be disturbing for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised for those who would avoid gore, violence, horror, and tragedy, and also for those who wish to stay spoiler-free. For those of you whose curiosity is still piqued, please enjoy exploring Pandora's Box. In space, the darkness of night envelops you. But that is not the only darkness out there. The crew of the USCSS Montero were rerouted during hypersleep, sent out to deep space by the corporation that owns their ship and their employment papers, Weyland-Yutani. The 5 members slept through the distress signal. They slept through the override of Special Order 966. They slept through the implementation of the new course heading. But the ship's AI, Mother, did not sleep, and it woke them, informing the company liaison, John J. Wilson, of their new orders. The others were left in the darkness of ignorance, which is why they were confused by the strange distress signal, concerned by the absence of their destination planet, and caught unprepared when a derelict ship collided with the Montero. There were hull breaches. The faster-than-light displacement drive was knocked offline. The communications and sensor arrays were destroyed. But the laws are clear. If you come upon someone in need in the vast darkness of space, then you must search and rescue to the best of your ability. And so they flew close to the strange ship called the Cronus. It was a scientific vessel thought lost 73 years ago. One that had met some unknown tragedy. One that is now tumbling through space, dark and damaged and adrift. Mother made it very clear to the captain of the Montero, Vic Miller, salvage the ship, procure the scientific samples, rescue any crew, or face the extreme consequences. And so Captain Miller took Agent Wilson and his 2 roughnecks to the Cronus aboard their short-range shuttle, leaving his pilot, Davis, back on the Montero with a headset and a map of the Cronus. There, she monitors the situation, distant, and unable to see what the rest of the crew encounters. Evidence of a tragedy at the dorsal airlock. Horror, suicide, and carnage within the ship. Just the darkness of night, the darkness of black fungus, the darkness of desperation, and the darkness of death. They all know that Wilson is keeping them in the dark for some reason, but none of them know about the secret synthetic that walks among them, the disease that chokes the very air of the Cronus, or the secrets lurking in the darkness of this ghost ship. Captain Miller and his crew are trying to power up the Cronus, repair the outside of the ship, and bring some illumination to the situation, both literal and metaphorical. And while the Cronus's AI sends Special Order 73 to the Montero, the captain wonders if perhaps some of the people waking up in the cryo chambers will have some answers. But in space, the darkness of night envelops you and hides you from being exposed to the unknown terrors that stalk you. And the last thing you want is to be the beacon that draws those terrors forth.
Hi, my name is Dave, and I'll be playing Vic Miller, captain of the USCSS Montero. As far as I'm concerned, us being sent out here feels like a shady move by Weyland-Yutani. But a job's a job, and this might be the cash injection that I need. Maybe it'll be enough to finally buy back the Montero from Weyland-Yutani and become a private contractor for hire. Make some real money. be my own boss. I get the feeling that this ghost ship is more important than Wilson is letting on.
Hi, my name is Megan, and I'm playing Leah Davis, pilot of the USCSS Montero. And shit, I really need another fix right now. This is a scientific vessel and not a small one either. There should be something to even me out in the med lab if I can get away from the others.
Hi, my name is Steve, and I'm playing Lyron Cham, the seasoned roughneck from the USCSS Montero, and everyone's friend. My new agenda is to protect my crew with my life. I love them like they're my family.
Hi, my name is Sean, and I'm playing a young roughneck named Rye. I've got one goal right now: search the Cronus for cash or any other valuable items that I might be able to sell back home. If I'm lucky enough that we can get her up and running again, there might be a salvage fee or a recovery bonus from the company.
Hi, my name is Terry, and I'm playing John J. Wilson, a Weyland-Yutani Company agent and the corporate liaison for the USCSS Montero. This situation is getting more difficult to control than I had anticipated, but I get the sense that this ship can be recovered with a little extra work by the others. If I can keep my nerve and stay focused on the mission, I should be expecting quite the bonus when I turn in my final report. I hope the crew of the Cronus isn't as headstrong as Captain Miller. Perhaps I can find an ally among their ranks.
The Montero has found the Cronus, although you did not know that was something that you were going to have to deal with in deep space. The Cronus actually ran into you. It is why you were pulled out of cryosleep. It was to deal with a distress signal. The only thing in this sector is the Cronus. After much debating between the Captain Miller, and the company liaison, John J. Wilson, you have boarded the ship, leaving the pilot, Davis, behind to guide you with a map. Getting to the Cronus has revealed that it would be difficult to get inside, and you're trying to make sure that the umbilical from one ship to the other can be attached, so you have left one of the roughnecks, Cham, outside to work on it. While Wilson, Miller, and the other roughneck, Rye, have entered the ship. You have found fungus growing on the floor. You have found destruction in the bridge, and you have found a body without a head. Heading down to the corporate suite, you found more destruction. There have been intercoms that have been smashed in hallways, and there's a thick layer of frost upon the floor. You've booted up back into emergency power, and we are running out of power rapidly. There's less than 4 days of power on the Cronus left. You, the crew of the Montero, have 3 objectives. The objective that is most important is to recover scientific samples. Second, to escort the Cronus back to a Weyland-Yutani facility. And third, find and locate the sleeping crew. You have now, after exploring, discovered the crew of the Cronus that has been woken up by this emergency power that is kicked back on. Miller, Rye, and Wilson are now standing at a door that has opened up, revealing 5 people in front of you. The door to Cryochamber 1 is open. There are 5 people in their underwear blinking at the fluorescent lights and looking around in a confused state. You know that the human mind is not meant to stay in cryo for longer than a few years. The horror stories say that it messes with people's memories and can even drive them insane. That's probably bullshit, but still. You've been talking to one woman with short blonde hair, who's been croaking at you with a voice that hasn't been used in 73 years. Suspicious and protective, and trying to make sure that you are who you say you are. The rest of the people are standing up on shaky legs, stretching. There's another woman and 3 men. The other woman, who's a tall, dark, and rugged, muscular-looking lady, says, a little bit more lucid than the rest of them, "Did you kill them? Is the ship safe? Where's everybody else?"
Everybody else, we haven't killed anything. We did find one body. I think the name was Kale.
Oh, god damn it.
But they were missing their head.
The oldest man and the youngest trade a glance at each other when you say the name Kale, and they both look fairly sad and upset by this news. The blonde woman who is right in the doorway looking at you just keeps trucking on past this. She says, "Look, are we able to get out of here? Can we just grab our samples and leave now?"
Well, I think it's best that we probably do start collecting the samples, but we do need to figure out how to turn the ship back on and towards the closest facility.
I mean, part of that would be finding out what the hell actually happened here. Yeah?
Who's Clayton?
And the blonde woman looks at you and says, "How do you know my name?
Mother told us to find you.
How long have you been on the ship?"
Yeah, I did.
"So 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Sure.
And she says, "And you didn't come to wake us up first?"
Had to turn on the power.
Yeah. And it's very suspicious, and we've never been here before.
Yeah,
and
you have to-
everything is broken, and there's fungus on the floor.
So you need to keep in mind that a lot of time has passed, and this is not a ship that we were familiar with. This is not a layout we're familiar with. We're trying to make the best of what we got here, and this is where we're at now. So let's just accept that and figure this out and move on.
Manipulation.
Can I help him by...
Yeah,
Agreed with what you say.
absolutely. So add another die, Dave.
Valerie nodding with reassurance. Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Company support.
Exactly.
Is this command? Am I commanding?
No, it's manipulation.
Oh, you're very good.
There you go.
She kind of narrows her eyes for a moment and then relaxes and rubs her temples. Like they're clearly just getting over the cryo sleep. And what you're dealing with are knee-jerk reactions from people. And now she can relax a little bit because the rescue crew has shown up.
Do they have stuff on? Like, or do they have containment suits on?
No, they don't.
No?
No. And you can tell that they are breathing hard, everyone.
What happened here?
They all look at each other, waiting for one person to speak up, and they all end up looking at one of the men standing in the very back of the room. And he goes, there was an emergency liftoff. Fire, I think. And he looks over at Clayton and she says, "We'll find Ava. Ava will know."
What does Ava do, and where would she typically be?
I don't know. Sorry, what did you ask?
Which one of you is Samuels? Who's Samuels?
And they look around at each other. He's not here.
How many were there on your crew?
The man that they looked at before pipes up. He's in his late 40s. He's got a thick goatee with bags under his eyes. His shoulders are a little slumped. And everyone seems to be looking to him for answers. And he says, we normally run with a crew of 11, but we had taken on scientists, right? And then the larger woman says, yeah, and extra labor? Right.
Who's the corporate agent, Clayton?
Yes.
And who's the captain?
Samuels is not here.
Captain Samuels, who's not here. And everyone else is here is what, Roughnecks?
The man that you've been talking to steps forward, and he identifies himself as the second officer. His name is Albert Johns. And I guess until we find the captain, I guess I'm leading this show. Fuck. The large woman kind of puts her hand on her shoulder and says, no, it's okay, we got this. She's Valerie Reid, the head of security. You can call her Reid and not Valerie. And then they point back at the younger man in the room. He's in his late 20s, slender and young. He's got a hint of a mustache and like wide darting eyes. He looks scared more than confused. And she says, that's our medic, Flynn. And this over here, and she points at the older gentleman, this is our chief scientist. And she calls him He goes, Cooper.
Right, okay.
They're all stretching. They're clearly suffering from dehydration, rubbing their temples and being a little fucked up. They turn to you and say, it's very difficult to breathe in here. Have you not turned the air on?
We've powered up what systems we can. Your reactor's only running at 0.05%.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
going to ask the medical officer. Flynn, if we don't get this air working properly, how long do you think it's going to be before you die?
His eyes go wide and he goes, I don't know. How is the air running at all? And everyone stops to like listen, and there's no sound. And he says, I would have to talk to some sort of, I don't know, physicist to find out the cubic liters of oxygen that we... And he just starts to panic.
Yeah, just stop talking. Just pull it together, alright?
Why don't you roll command for me?
I failed.
You failed.
Now, stop freaking out!
I want you to roll a panic die because he is panicking directly in front of you.
1.
1 plus your stress level?
1.
Okay. Nothing happens. You're able to keep it together for now.
Okay, cool. Do we all need to just sit down and calm down for a few minutes and just let these stress levels come down? And then we'll be able to better understand what to do from here.
Over the comms, hey Cap.
Yep.
If you guys are looking for air, I'm sure they know their ship better than I do, but there is a room where the Ava suits are, the EV suits.
Okay, why don't we get John's?
Yeah.
Why don't you maybe try to figure out how to get your air running on here? You're going to know this ship better than anybody else here.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go to the bridge then?
Do you not know the ship, how to turn the air on in your ship?
That's not really my job normally. I
Okay.
shadow the captain, and
So who on your crew knows how to turn the air on in your ship?
we'd have to find a couple of the engineers, I guess.
It takes an engineer to know how to turn the air on.
I mean, that's kind of my job. I know how to do that on mine. If I take him up to the bridge, maybe we can find something to...
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
I look at my axe, and I look at your shotgun, and I look at my axe, and I look at your shotgun. Tradesies?
No.
You sure?
Am I sure that I want this shotgun? Yes. You gave me this shotgun.
I did.
Johns kind of looks back at Reid, and she kind of nods at him that this is going to be okay. And he turns to you and he says, okay, let's go see if we can figure this out at the bridge. And he kind of looks back at the rest. They are so discombobulated and confused, and it's not that they're bad at their jobs. It's what should have been at most 3.5 years of cryosleep has been 73. So they are absolutely befuddled by all of this. So give them a little bit of grace. You can understand that they're all really headachy, rubbing their temples. Cooper, the scientist, is starting to complain about like a migraine behind his left eye, and Flynn goes with the worst morning breath in the world.
Ugh.
They are in rough shape. They could really use some hydration.
Okay, so we gotta get to the galley or something.
Power to the mess hall was reported offline. You guys saw that, but that just means power's off.
All right, well, we need to get power going to the air, and that seems to be the priority. Let's let Rye take John's. You want anybody else to go with you?
I mean, if somebody else wants to come, that's fine, but I should be fine with the officer. Like, I look to him and I look him in the eye and I say, do you want to go get an EV suit first? Get some air in you?
Let's just get the scrubbers back online as quickly as we can.
Okay. We'll do our best then to get back to the bridge. Do you know the way?
Yeah, I know my ship.
You know your ship well enough to get us there?
Yeah. And he's just going to lead you back towards junction A1, which leads you down to B1 on deck B and then towards the bridge. He's a little shaky because his limbs have atrophied a little bit. Mm-hmm. That leaves Miller and Wilson with the rest of them. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to see if Reid can maybe go get an EVA suit and go out and help Cham.
Didn't we have a message for Clayton?
Yeah, but we can deal with that afterwards, right? Look, you and I are going to have to sit down and speak to the company representative and the scientist. We got to know what's going on here. The medic seems to be panicking. Let's maybe send him to go get water for everyone or hydrate, and then we can put these two to use. We sent John's with Rye, and then we can send Reid out to help Cham here.
Clayton is going to interject a little and say, I understand that you are in charge of this situation, but why are we not just getting over to your ship?
Because our ship can't dock. So we need to clear the airlock. We have someone working on that. If you can get someone to help, then we can do that quicker. Right?
Okay. And she's going to scan the room a little bit and look at the rest of the Cronus crew that's in here, and she's going to say, I would rather have Reid stay with us, if you don't mind. And Flynn, go get suited up. Go get dressed, to have some water, get suited up and go. And he's like, outside? That is an order? You will go now.
I'll just be nodding behind her.
You see his hands trembling a little bit as he takes a deep breath to try to steady himself, and he just nods and heads out the door on shaky legs.
Just as he's leaving, I just want to call to Flynn.
Huh?
Remember, none of us are more important than the company.
He is going to take a deep breath, as if like trying to process that for a moment, as he shakes his head and keeps walking away, rubbing his temples and like stretching his neck and stuff. Cooper kind of sits down. He's older than everybody else, and he sits down pretty hard on the edge of his bed. He's like rubbing his head. And Reid starts talking to him and asking, can you get to the science module and get some readings on what's been going on inside the ship? And he goes, yeah, I'm sorry, what? What? And he's so discombobulated. He starts babbling about he dreamt of dragons, and they didn't have any eyes, and they were like bright white, almost like angels. And then he like shakes his head and says, module. Right, okay. And he gets up and starts to wander out of the room. Clayton is going to start barking orders here in a moment for everybody to do what they need to do. Captain Miller, maybe you need to go back to your ship and send out some sort of distress signal.
That's not going to happen, or we have no way to communicate with the outside. I got people on my ship working on it, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. We are on our own.
This is just a hell of a rescue mission. Who sent you?
Well, I mean, we weren't sent specifically for you.
This came from head office. Clayton, you and I will have
This was the information I said I needed to know when I said I needed to know.
You didn't need to know that. We've got all this way, and you didn't know that information. There's actually no reason why you need to know it from here.
So you see what I'm working against. We're doing the best we can with what we got. All right, we are a transport ship. We're space truckers. We're doing the best with what we get.
Clearly. And let's hope it's good enough.
Yeah, I agree.
And she says, okay, has anyone checked in with Mother yet?
We tried to, but they want your access.
Yeah, so. We have to find you.
So it seems like the three of us should be heading up there.
You can wait in the bridge. I will report back with what Mother has to say.
Okay. I'll maybe go with Clayton.
Yeah, okay.
Clayton seems like probably my only potential friend here. So.
Yeah, she's also super no-nonsense and is like clearly trying to override Captain Miller at every opportunity. Reid and Cooper are going to stick with you and start heading over to wherever you're going as well.
Oh no, I want to stick with Clayton. I gotta know what's going on here. Mother is there. I gotta figure out what's going on.
Maybe Clayton can hold the motion sensor?
Yeah, maybe Cooper and Reid can go and get some water and start distributing it to those that need it.
Yeah, Cooper is halfway out the door heading to the module when he stops, turns around and says, I remembered something. There was a shot for an infection in the science module. And he turns and looks at Cooper and says, Akins had the whole case, I think. Akins or the skinny kid with the messed up teeth. What's his name? Carlisle. Someone with a shaved head, anyway, took the case of the antidotes to the Psi-Mod. And then he stops for a moment and stares off into space trying to remember. He just kind of rubs his forehead and turns around and walks away again.
Captain?
Yep.
What do you think we should do?
Well, I said it before. We need to talk to Mother, and Mother said we got to get Clayton. So we got Clayton. Let's go back to Mother.
Here. Right, so let's go and see Mother.
So you three are going.
Mother.
Clayton turns around and looks at Reid and says, you're with us. Why don't you give her the shotgun? She's probably better than you are with it.
Okay.
Reid towers over you.
Reid is staying here, though?
No, she's coming. She's going to escort
Reid,
up to Mother.
I'm going to give you this shotgun. Okay? It has 5 things in it.
Shells.
But I'm going to stay close to you. I have this motion sensor. The way this motion sensor works...
I have seen these before.
Okay, so...
You stay behind me. I will lead the way.
Right.
And she starts moving forward out of the room.
Agreed.
Clayton is going to stay behind you, leaving Miller in the back.
Great.
You guys head up towards Mother, and when you get there, you find that the door that you had left open is still standing there open, and Clayton takes a step into it, turns around, looks back at the three of you and says, you wait here, I will be right back. And she presses the button and the door closes. On the way to the bridge,
I would like to ask Johns. I'm going to try and suggest to him, I'm going to say, hey, I think we have to assume that Captain Samuels is probably no longer on the ship. What do you need to assume command?
I need to know that he's not on the ship. Did you check the other cryo beds?
There was only one cryopod online.
Well, that doesn't mean the beds are offline. It just means that the pod is powered.
I'm assuming that was the cryopod that you were in, yes?
Obviously, yes. Okay.
I don't think Samuels is on the ship.
Should we go back and just check the other cryopods?
Let's assume that he's not on the ship.
He is going to turn and look at you, and this man, like, nearly twice your age, is going to narrow his eyes at you, confused, rubbing his fucking head, going, I don't know how they do it in 2183, and I don't know how they do it on your ship. But I am not going to assume command, and I'm not going to be in control of these people's lives if I don't fucking have to be.
Okay.
So, we've got your captain, we've got Clayton, and we've got Reid, and that's good enough for me.
Okay. Let's continue on to the bridge then.
Yes, lead the way, please.
No, you know the way. I'm following you.
Fine. And then he's gonna start walking forward, but he very clearly does not want to be in charge of making decisions.
Okay.
Wilson and Miller, what are you doing as Reid just stands there glowering at you?
Hey, I have a question, Reid. So if there was a fire, an emergency takeoff, and some things were clearly going wrong, how did you guys just go to sleep?
Well, at some point things must have settled down and we got in the cryo beds and activated them.
What can you remember about what happened?
I remember running to the Cronus. We were planetside. I don't remember. This tiny little planetoid covered in vegetation. I don't know if it was terraformed or... It must have been terraformed. I remember running, and then I remember someone yelling. And that's it.
Reid?
Yeah.
You're a hero. And if you stick with me, I'll make sure you're rewarded for this.
She cocks an eyebrow and says, I completed 2 tours on the Outer Rim.
Right.
I know I'm a hero.
Okay. You don't really call yourself that. It's fine. Okay.
The medals on back in my chamber, she's still standing there in her fucking underwear and is far more confident than you are.
I'm just saying, if we can take care of each other, I'll make sure you're...
The door opens and Clayton steps out and it closes again. And she says, all right, well, let's get the Cronus up and running then, shall we?
What did you learn?
That we need to get the Cronus up and running.
I think we already knew that, though.
Is she withholding information from me, can I tell?
I probably. That's the name of the game with company liaisons, right? Is need to know basis. So
yeah.
The intercom inside Mother comes to life. And you can hear Cooper's tiny little voice. I just wanted to see if anyone else has heard scratching.
What, just now?
Yeah. Is there someone else on the ship?
Cooper, where are you right now?
I'm heading back to the Sci-Mod.
What? Science module.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you try not to use any acronyms or anything like that, okay?
Okay.
And are you by yourself? What do you have for protection?
Well, I'm stopping by to get pants first. And then, I don't know. Like oh, you mean like a gun?
Where are the guns?
They'd be in the armory.
Where's the armory?
Where are the arms called again?
Anything on the motion detector?
No, not at all.
It's an old ship. Like, I mean, it makes ship noise. Yeah, right. What are we fucking talking about
And
here?
those ship noises probably ripped this door out, right?
Space truck noises.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking arming yourself because the ship is freaking and it's 78 years old. Like, this is stupid.
So, these guys have been fucking about with Mother for a minute, so you guys get to the bridge.
On the way, hey Cham, how you holding up out there, bud?
Oh, you know, just another fucking day pulling pieces of old-ass fucking connector off of a ring that I've never fucking seen before. This shit
Is it from... What ship is it from?
The connector? Fuck if I know, man. Not anything like I've seen.
There's no markings or anything on it?
It's old. And realistically, again, like, the umbilical? Gone. Just fucking beautifully sheared off by space rubble or some shit like that. All that's left is the metal ring. I'm taking a fucking bitch to get off. I'm fucking grinding my ass off and get this thing removed. Trust me, you got easy duty right now.
I'm so sorry, man.
Don't apologize. That's not what this was for. You just do what you do. You're good.
I'll do me, I guess.
Apparently I have help coming.
I'm not so sure what kind of help you're gonna get from that.
Why?
You can then see by one of the lights on the outside of the airlock that it is
Red.
compressing now.
Orange.
They've been asleep for a long time.
Alright, well, I mean, as long as they're a fucking roughneck, it'll be fine.
Roughneck.
Hey, yo!
So, get to the bridge. What would you like to do?
I mentioned to him one of the things as the Cronus was booting back up that I noticed was there was a message for Captain Samuels. Where do we go from here? We need to start powering on scrubbers.
We will need to talk to Samuels. Clayton is talking to Mother. She's going to have a better idea about what we need to do, I think. I think that if we just kind of like hold tight and kind of fix what we can, then maybe, it might be helpful later.
Maybe. Yeah, we can do that. Where do we want to start? I mean, I can look at the sensors over here. Looks like I could probably do something with that. Everything else is really trash. What happened anyways?
I don't know. As far as I know, the last time I saw the bridge, it was fine. He's like looking around, kind of apprehensive and shocked by what he's seeing. Especially the holodisplay table being absolute burnt out slag. That is like the primary display section. That all of his meetings were around this. This would have been where he would have been standing for most of the treks that he was on and whatnot. And it's gone, right? It's brutally broken. Seeing the bridge in such disarray has shocked him a little bit, and he's just going to kind of sit in a chair and be kind of fucking useless for a little bit.
Okay. I'm going to start busying myself and just like engaging him in idle chatter, trying to get his brain going, and I guess I'll go start working on the sensor package.
Like I said before, one of the panels is open, and some of the wires and cables have been hanging loosely out of it. It's going to take, maybe a half a shift to really get into the guts of this thing and put it all together.
Okay. I'll start on it knowing that I'll probably get interrupted.
Yeah.
Hold off of it, but I'm basically just busying myself working and talking with him and I'm trying to jog his memory and trying to get him to start thinking about the events as they took place.
There's something going on with him for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But again, very disjointed and discombobulated. Clayton has come out and said, that's everything you guys need to know. I believe that we should head back to the bridge and then summon everybody together so we can come up with a game plan. You guys are already here. I don't understand why we would need to have an umbilical cord at all from one ship to the next. The gangway is probably useless. You said you have a shuttle.
Yeah, but do you have enough suits for everybody? I didn't know how many people were here. We needed to make sure that we were being able to board your ship.
That's fair, but we do have a bunch of EVA suits on board. Better than your compression suits, for sure. We can go find them. But we'll come up with a game plan. Let's just get everybody together.
Let's gather the scientific research that we're supposed to. And then we can all get together and figure out how to get this ship moving. Or abandon it. But we need to figure out how to get this ship moving first.
Should we get Davis on our side?
No, because if we get this thing running again, we're going to need a pilot on both sides. That's one on the Montero, and I'm here already. We don't need to put our ship at risk.
I don't think we need to bring the Montero with us.
That's now the second time that he has said that to you.
It's more important that we get the Cronus back, I think.
But I don't think it has enough power.
Well, we should find out for sure. But if we can determine that it does, I think we should go in that direction.
This man suggests leaving my ship behind one more time.
We can drag it all the way back, but I mean, it's probably going to be decommissioned.
One more time.
As all of this is going on, Sean, you on the bridge with Johns see Cooper walk in, and he sits down in one of the chairs over by the communication station, which was the one that you had accidentally popped and hissed the last time. It's no longer working, and he kind of sits down there and just kind of takes a deep breath and rests for a moment. Also, neither of the women had a chance to do that yet. Johns is still sitting there in his underwear. You guys are not following protocol at all or giving them a chance to react or recover from anything. Cham, The exterior door opens and a very young, very scared looking, almost a full man is now sitting in a suit that, even though it is super old, looks far more capable of dealing with space than yours is. And he actually uses tiny thrusters to move himself around for a moment. And then he settles down on the hull of the ship. And it takes him a second to figure out how to turn the Megalock boots on. And then he looks at you and taps the helmet and holds up the number 4.
Click, click, click on my helmet to change channels.
So you can no longer hear anyone else.
Yep.
I'm here to help you.
Great.
I don't know what I'm doing.
That's not as great, but we can work with it. I'm trying to get this big metal connector ring that has been basically screwed onto the side of your ship off with no heavy machinery.
So what you've been able to do so far is actually remove a lot of the clasps and the bits and pieces that are grappling onto the side of the Cronus. But it is so heavy and it needs to be twisted and shifted and moved. Even though there's no gravity in here, it's really more than one person can easily do.
Alright, so basically I'm trying to lift from this side, but every time I lift on this side, it jams on that side. So if we can coordinate and pull at the same time, I think we can probably get this thing off at this point.
Okay. He is just not as helpful as you really wanted him to be.
Like he's a medic or something.
Yeah. He has dainty little fingers that he needs to use for medical reasons.
Yeah, he can't get those squashed in a fucking ring. Yeah, fair enough.
Clayton, Reid, and both Wilson and Miller end up on the bridge. You can see that Rye is just sitting there working away at an access panel on the side. Johns is kind of poking at one of the monitors, but there's nothing happening. He's trying to just press buttons. And Cooper, who said he was going to the science module, is kind of sitting in the first chair as you walk in, just staring at the ground and taking a deep sigh and rubbing his temples.
So did you get everything you were after there, Cooper?
Yeah, I've got pants.
I thought you were going to the science module to retrieve your sciencey things.
It's my sciencey things. Yeah, just give me a minute, okay? I don't feel good. Does anybody have water?
Does anybody have... I don't think... Should we go to the galley and get these guys some water? This guy's about to.
Yeah, we'll get there. But we need to know what's going on first. What kind of science were you doing out here? Why is this ship take off all of a sudden? Seems like it was an emergency liftoff. What was the emergency? Where is anybody that's in any sort of command here? What's Special Order 73?
They're all looking at each other. Cooper, Reid, Johns, and Clayton. And they all just seem more confused than anything else, waiting for someone else to answer.
Yeah, these guys don't have a fucking clue what's going on. So we gotta get these guys watered a little bit and bring them back.
Clayton is going to look at you and say, I am absolutely as frustrated as you are with this, and I would love to have some actual answers. Unfortunately, Mother was not as helpful as I thought that she might be. And she seems to be stuck, saying the same thing over and over again, and I don't have any access or way to directly engage with questions until we get full power, and I can do a bit of a system.
And what is she saying?
That's privileged information. I can tell that you are not in control of this situation. Don't take offense to that. You're just on a ship that you're not familiar with, in a situation you're not expecting to be in, and that's okay. You probably have a better handle on what's going on right now than we do. And in time, and she's going to look around and realize that Flynn is not there. In time, we should be able to get some of our memories back on this, one would hope. But as it stands right now, we all have the same amount of information. And
I don't think that's true.
We all have the same amount of necessary information to be able to fix the ship and move forward.
I am going to pull rank.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She is not a member of your crew. This is fantastic that you're trying to use your talent here, but she is not a member of your crew.
Same organization as me. Bullshit. Alright, well, I will command, I guess. Can I...
Command is really...
Persuade? Manipulate, I suppose?
Yeah, it's always going to be manipulate. Command is going to be when we're in combat and you're barking orders at people.
I'm barking orders right now.
Yeah.
5 and Uno. Do it! No.
If you don't like it, then get a promotion and be worth it. She is turn around and head over to the command station, clearly just having momentarily lost her fucking composure, and she's not happy with herself for doing so. Mm-hmm. Stress is very high for her, Everyone else is kind of standing there quietly. You can see Reid is over there, like, eyes wide going, wow, holy shit. Johns is just sitting there, clearly a beaten down individual, just like kind of nodding his head like, yeah, that's what she does.
Do we want to go get these people some water? Go get them freshened up? Why don't we all just go to the galley together? Get something to drink, maybe chill out a little bit, maybe freshen up. See if we can't get some of these brains moving again, eh, Cap?
Kind of feels like getting air and
Right.
power is kind of the priority here. I'm not really concerned if anybody's a little thirsty. Cooper, if you're just going to sit there and do nothing, why don't you go get somebody some water?
I mean, water's free, right? And sometimes free isn't free, my grandmother says. Sometimes it comes with a catfish. Fuck, I said catfish. I'm so sorry. I meant catch. Fuck, my head is just pounding, and I have had just about enough of this day already. I'm ready for bed. Who else wants some water? Not catfish. That was silly. And like he's babbling to himself as he's standing up and walking out of the room to go get water.
Okay, maybe it would be a good idea if I'm just gonna let that guy go.
I say into the mic in a way that maybe the other the crew that isn't us can't hear. Anybody else think he's losing his mind there, folks?
Yeah, because they need to drink some water. They're dying.
I'm losing my mind and I've been here for an hour?
Can I get Clayton on another channel real quick?
What you can do is you can mute it, and the two of you can like move to another room so that no one can hear you. Or you can take your fucking helmet off and go whisper.
I'll take it to another room real quick, just to the side over.
Right outside here, there are two vestibules that you can go to, and they're just labeled Vestibule 1, Vestibule 2. You can kind of see the doors as you guys have been walking around to and from the bridge and whatnot.
Okay. Vestibule 1, Clayton, any reason why we shouldn't go in there?
No, as a matter of fact, it's a good idea to go in. That's where the armory is.
Oh, fucking perfect. Great. Okay, let's go in Vestibule 1.
Okay.
These are the things. Like, right away, anticipate my questions. You gotta tell me these things.
She's just going to hold up one finger and just keep walking. Like, she's just fucking done with you.
That?
She opens up the armory with her key card.
Okay.
And the two of you enter, and you see immediately that on the wall to your right, as you enter, there are two hatches that you immediately recognize as escape pods. Each hatch has a thick window, but beyond the plexiglass is a slowly spiraling starscape. The escape pods are gone.
For fuck's sake. Any more escape pods anywhere, Clayton?
Yes, there should be in Vestibule 2.
Vestibule 2, okay, we'll worry about that.
And I have my own emergency escape vehicle as well if it comes down to it.
Oh, where's that?
It is in the corporate suite. It requires my access code only.
Right.
And it will only seat 8. But if it comes to it, then
okay.
I'm sure you and I can come to some sort of an agreement.
Absolutely. Give me your access code now so that either one of us can help.
Yes, absolutely. What did you want to talk about?
Let me write down this access code and then I can get to that subject. Otherwise I'll forget.
Sure. The access code is 7394.
Okay. Let's get down to business. We need to work together. It's the only way that we're going to protect the company assets. What do you know that I don't know?
That we need to protect the company assets,
right.
And that comes at a very high priority.
Right.
Potentially the highest priority. And I'm sure that Captain Miller and the rest of the crew don't want to hear that they are not the highest priority.
Agreed and already known.
That's everything that I feel like I can share at the moment.
We gotta get rid of this Montero. We don't need this shit. The Cronus is the priority. That's the way I see it.
She looks at you and says, I don't give two shits about the Montero, but if you want to stay with the Cronus when we leave, you can do that.
I'll be with you. For sure.
Excellent. We will make it worth your while when we get back to headquarters.
Excellent. The pilot's cool, if we can help the pilot.
Which pilot?
Oh, our pilot is so far has been the least annoying one out of all of them.
I haven't met him.
Okay. You know what? Don't worry about it. That's fine.
When you guys head back into the bridge, Clayton is going to look over. What are you doing, Miller?
Trying to help get power back on, get life support going on. Trying to be productive.
She's going to walk over to the command station and pull out a little drawer, and they're going to be about a dozen little tablets. They are not as powerful or as sleek as you would expect an iPad to be. They're very simple. You load an image on, it saves the image, essentially. Very, very small data storage on it, and very simple. It can't be used for communication, doesn't connect to the rest of the ship. You essentially have to plug it in, upload something to take with you. It's meant for work orders more than anything else. but she's going to sit there and fuck about with a couple of them for a minute and then come back to you with a handful and hand them to you and say, maybe this is going to help any decisions that need to be made. I'm sorry I flew off the handle earlier. As you can imagine, I'm confused, and I don't like being confused. You are all strangers. I am not here with any of my people, and it is very clear to me that 73 years have passed. My husband is probably dead, and I bet my children are as well. So my stress level is very fucking high. I'm sorry I was angry. I hope this helps. And she's going to hand you these 6 data pads.
I'll just grab them and start looking through them.
Every one of them has all of the exact same information. She says, I hope you can hand these out to your crew. So she's going to hand this to you, and you can now flip through the different screens and see the entire layout of the Cronus.
Before we move on, whenever you're ready, what's in the armory? I obviously want a weapon.
There were a bunch of lockers that were closed. If you want to go back and actually take a look at it, then you can ask Clayton to escort you.
Yeah, whoever makes sense. Who did you say to escort me?
Clayton. Because she had the key card to get in.
Can we get some guns?
She shrugs and says, yes. Who else wants to come with?
I mean, I'm going to.
Okay. Just the 2 of you will go. On the left of the armory, there are a bunch of lockers. There are 3 large, it looks like they're probably open up into like large closets. Essentially, they're going to be full of firearms. As you open up each one of them, you see the first one is completely stripped bare. The second one is open. And the third one has a single pulse rifle with 1 reload. There's also a case of shotgun shells that's laying on the floor. And in the middle of the room, there's a dried milky white substance all over the wall and the floor. And it looks like it is kind of crusted.
So when you say 1 pulse rifle with 1 reload, that say it has 2 shots, whatever's in it now, and then 1 more shot.
I'll take the pulse rifle.
Can I have your pistol?
Yeah, I'll give you my pistol.
Reid, if we trust Reid, should probably have the pulse rifle. Actually, I will try and take a shotgun back from Reid, and I will give Reid the service pistol.
When you get back to the bridge and you actually suggest this to her,
yeah,
she takes one look at you and realizes that a pistol in her hands is worth 2 shotguns in yours. So she just shrugs and hands it off to you. So she eyes the pulse rifle that is over Miller's shoulder and narrowing her eyes with a little bit of jealousy. Cham.
Can I make another attempt to get this friggin' ring off?
No, you tried to get it done and you weren't able to do it faster than normal, but enough time. They've gone up and down these junction ladders a few times and explored the same 3 rooms over and over again enough times that you have now successfully managed to get the last of this debris off.
Hey, and there she goes. What was your name again? I look over across the ring at the medic.
Flynn.
Flynn. Attaboy, Flynn. Let's get inside and get warm, eh?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Or I'll let Flynn go in through the airlock first and then follow him through. I will switch back to the main channel. I'll tap him and change the channel back to what everybody else was on before I left. Hey, Captain. You there?
Yes?
The umbilicals were removed. I'm coming inside with this Flynn guy here.
Could you hop in Daisy and dock it of the Montero before the Montero to make sure we got everything put away here?
I could try. I've never flown Daisy, sir.
All right, I'll come in and I'll do it.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, come in. No, you're right. Come inside.
Cycle the airlock and head inside.
Okay. Miller, you're going to head up to the airlock then, so you're standing in Junction A1 waiting for Cham and Flynn to show up. 2 of you are in Junction A1 when you hear a smash of glass from down below and screaming. You on the bridge hear it as well.
I look over at Cap. Sir, what's happening?
I don't know. Here, take this. Give you the pulse rifle. Just don't do anything crazy. Keep your eye on the company people. They're not telling us everything. Something's going on. I'll be back here with Davis.
The screaming is continuing.
Let's everybody check in. So we'll just check in one at a time. And we'll just voice.
The screaming is not stopping. It's a male screaming, and it sounds like just horrible.
I brush past with the gun. Flynn, come on.
We all know what we're doing. Let's keep doing it.
I make sure that my axe is close by.
Nobody from the bridge is heading out?
Are we heading down to see what's going on? Like,
No, I'm cool.
Reid looks around the room at the rest of you and goes, fucking useless, and takes a shotgun out of your hand.
No, I'm gonna. Can you help me?
no!
This is our gun.
She's bigger than I am!
Look, bigger than both of us together.
No!
I'll go with her if I can keep my gun.
Okay.
Okay, fuck this guy. Let's go.
Yeah, alright. Cham, you and Flynn get to B1, and the screaming seems to come from the starboard side.
What's over there, Flynn?
He says, a door?
I can see the fucking door.
And he hits the door, and there's a man that you've never seen before, who looks fairly old, laying on the ground. There are a bunch of broken glasses and water spilled all over the floor, and he is clutching the left side of his head and screaming in pain. At the same time, Wilson and a large woman that you've never seen before come running around the corner as well, each brandishing a firearm.
I also brandish my firearm and head into the room.
Dr. Cooper screams in pain and says,
Doesn't anyone else hear that god-awful scratching?
and then suddenly, his head snaps back and he slides down the wall. He clutches at the top of his head with both hands, and you can see his left eye starting to bulge out. Underneath his eye, his cheek begins to inflate, bubbling upward rapidly. His screams are punctuated by two large cracking noises as his forehead suddenly lurches within his skin. On the third crack, his eye pops out and lands on his expanding cheek, dangling by the optic nerve. Blood starts pouring out of his nose and ear and starts to spasm uncontrollably on the ground, having a full body seizure. Both his hands curl their fingers in the air above him as if he's wrestling with an invisible creature on top of him, but suddenly his back arches and the skin of his left cheek hits its limit and splits. Blood sprays across Cham's boots. A white bubble, covered in deep crimson rivers of blood, starts pushing up, cracking his cheekbone further until his eye socket and his sinus are one large cavity full of this bubble. With a final scream, Dr. Cooper goes limp. The bubble is translucent white with a couple of faint blue veins on it, and the chunky viscera and bloody gray matter slide down its surface and onto the remainder of Cooper's face and beard. Suddenly, the bubble splits slowly, and the horizontal seam opens up to provide a glimpse of small, razor-sharp teeth. It hisses and starts to push up, breaking free of Dr. Cooper and revealing that the bubble is actually a head. A head with no eyes, nose, or ears. Just a smooth, shiny, translucent white cranium that looks misshapen and slightly too long. Bony shoulders rise up out of the doctor's head, followed by a skinny torso that looks like not enough skin has been stretched over too many ribs and prominent spinal lumps. This creature steps out on all fours, perching on Cooper's bloody chest, and raises its long whip-like tail. It's the size of a small cat, and the inside of Cooper's head looks like it's been completely hollowed out, except for the small amount of gray tissue sitting in a shallow pool of blood, and the scratch marks on the inside of his skull. The creature screeches in rage. Everyone that's there take one stress level.
Yeah.
And draw initiative. Terry, you were up first.
I want to get the fuck out of here. I want to go back to outside, and I want to get on that daisy. That's what I'm aiming for. And you should start the ship up because I'm coming back.
If you duck back down the hallway that you just came with, you can get into junction B1 and up that ladder real fucking quick.
I want to do that, and I want to get on the intercom to Davis. Say, Davis, get the fuck back here now.
So the door is closed, so you can retreat, punch open that door by like punching the button beside it.
Yeah.
That's one fast action, and then move into junction B1.
Okay.
There is no response from Davis. There's just screaming and shit coming on over the speakers and whatnot. It's absolute chaos for anyone that's just listening. Cham, you're up next. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna light this motherfucker up.
All right, let's roll for it. So you roll the face hugger.
The panic.
It is time to panic. Let's roll a d6. What'd you roll in the d6?
I rolled a 5.
Okay, what's your stress level?
Currently 2.
So that means that you have a 7 on the panic table. That means you get a nervous twitch. Your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range of you increase by 1. Wilson is actually adjacent and can see you, but is at medium range because he's in the next zone over. Your stress level goes up, you fail your attack. Immediately, 2 things happen. Reid grabs Flynn and kind of pushes him back into the room, and he trips and falls and lands on his ass. beside the ladder. Flynn kind of like lands hard and slides toward the ledge as if he's going to fall, but stops. That is Reid's first action. The second action is she's going to try to shoot this thing with her firearm. This thing ducks to the left and off of Cooper's body. With a snarl, it tries to flee. It goes running down the corridor towards where the mess hall is. It gets to that door and the door is closed, at which point it stops to panic and then runs back and enters the only room it can, which is the bridge.
I don't like that.
For its second action, with a snarl, because that's what it does, it runs forward and it bites the nearest person's leg. The people that are in there are Clayton, Johns, and Rye. Rye, it is going to bite you.
Oh, fuck. Alright. Can I block it?
You have not used any actions. You can go last in initiative, having essentially a 10, and then, yes, I would allow you to block it. That's 2 successes. So you roll close combat.
Let's go, Rye.
Fail.
This immediately triggers a panic roll from you because it has succeeded.
Okay. With an additional stress or with just the one stress I have currently?
Just the one you have currently. You are about to take damage and get another stress level.
Sure. 1. So 2 panic.
You have had your leg artery cut. This is fatal. Require a death roll within 1 turn. So that's 5 to 10 minutes. You're not allowed to push it, and you are not allowed to use stress. There's a -1 modifier to that roll, and running now becomes a slow action. So
Fantastic.
it took a fucking chunk out of it. And then for its third attack, it jumps onto you, Rye, showing its razor-sharp teeth and hissing. You have to make an immediate panic roll as well.
3 and 1 is 4.
It should be 3 and 2 because you just took damage.
So
5, but still, you are able to hold back from panicking.
Okay.
All right, that is its turn. Rye, what would you like to do?
What would I like to do? I would like to not have this thing on me. That would be good. But also, I would also like to not be dying. That would be good as well. I suppose the first thing, I'm going to have to use the axe and chop at the thing.
So that's going to be close combat that you roll?
Yep. Which I don't have any points in, but I do have 4 strength.
That's right.
Which will be good. And then I've got 2 stress. I'll need 2 stress dice.
1 success.
Right, and it has armor. It fails, so it takes the 2 damage.
Fantastic.
So that's me?
That's you.
So I want to get out, so there's an airlock or something.
So you can move into the zone above you, which is junction A1.
Yes, please.
And then into the airlock above you.
Yes, please.
Flynn is behind you screaming, "Wait for me, wait for me, wait for me!"
Ah, God. Fine. Yes, stay close to me. And as long as he stays close, I'm happy for him to come.
Alright. That brings us to Cham.
I'm guessing I hear Rye scream over the radio.
Yes?
Yeah. Did I see where it went?
It actually ran away from the bridge,
Yeah.
hit a dead end, and turned around and ran past back through the bridge.
But did I see it do that?
Yes, you absolutely
Cool.
did, because it would have had to run by you.
So I charge after it. So I believe that's, 2 fast movements to catch up?
It's going to be a fast movement. You don't have to open a door. So it's just going to take you from the corridor outside the bridge to the interior of the bridge.
Okay, so I've used my fast action to get into the interior of the bridge.
That's correct.
Okay, and this thing is still on his chest?
Yep. And you can use a slow action or a fast action.
Yeah, I'll move into engage. So I will just...
Get up close to
I'll get up close and, try and...
Clayton screams and just runs back towards the command station as far away from this thing as possible. Johns, sitting in the chair, tries to stand up and move back at the same time, tripping over and landing prone on the ground. Everyone is screaming and freaking out. Clayton starts screaming, "Hit it, kill it!" at you, seeing you get within range and pull back with your pulse rifle to hit it, right?
Yep.
She uses a command, and it gives her 2 successes. That means that you have a +2 modification on your next close combat. Reid runs into the room and goes to take a shot. She ends up shooting past the armor rating on this thing, doing 1 more damage. Acid sprays out all over and starts to melt. You didn't notice before because of the compression suit when he ended up taking the damage, but now, with the acid splattering across his chest, eating away at it, You can see that he is bleeding profusely white. The acid that sprays upon you, revealing this, does 1 damage. Everyone that's there takes a stress level. But the xenomorph falls to the ground, seemingly dead. It hits hard, and you can hear the acid bubbling away at the floor. Cham, you take 1 point of stress, because it's the first horrifying thing that you've seen from this creature as well. Rye, you were a synthetic and get no stress level. It hits the ground, and Reid sighs a big sigh of relief and leans back against the door and looks at everyone and goes, "Holy shit, what just happened?" And then it pops back up. It scurries past you. Reid took a shot and missed, and it scrambles down the hallway. You hear a clattering from the corridor, and Reid will turn around and chase after it. But a moment later, she walks back into the bridge and says, "It's in the tunnels."
What the fuck? Can I go back outside now?
Wilson, you were in the airlock. It has taken a little while, a few moments for this to open up, and you can see that Miller has uncoupled from the side of the Cronus and is starting to drive away.
Wait, Miller is... How the fuck did you get that? I missed something. That's what I was going for.
You don't understand why. The Daisy is moving, and you can see Miller in the cockpit of it, and it is slowly starting to move away.
Can he see me? Can I flag him down?
It's turning away from you.
I'm gonna get myself and Flynn to jump at the same time. I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, and we both jump at the same time.
Okay.
Okay?
Roll mobility.
Can I take a moment to steel myself and clutch my key card and say I'm handsome, I'm happy, I'm strong, and I'm respected?
Yes, you may.
Yes? Okay, good. So let's get rid of a little stressor here. And I'm gonna ask Flynn not to tell anybody that I did that.
You failed your roll, and so does Flynn. Both of you end up missing Daisy. Your hands just barely, your fingertips rub across the back of Daisy's chassis, and then you can see it start to kick up and leave you behind. You are floating in free space, but so is Flynn. What is your talent?
Personal safety. If you are attacked or otherwise end up in fatal danger, and if another PC or friendly NPC is within short range, you can make a manipulation roll, not opposed, and does not count as an action. If you succeed, you see the threat coming, you find a clever way to make the other character suffer the hazard instead of you.
You are able to, using your talent, grab onto Flynn and push off against him so that you end up back on the Cronus, launching him into deep space.
Okay.
As he gets about 20 meters away, you hear, "What the fuck?"
Miller can't see me, right? Because he's driving away?
That's right. Nobody saw this except for Flynn.
I'll fucking shoot him.
Alright, what are you going to shoot him with?
My shotgun.
Okay. You go right ahead.
Yeah.
He starts moving in thrusters.
He knows what I did. I have to get rid of him.
So, Terry, if you're going to shoot him, roll range combat.
Right, so 5, right? Agility, range combat. Do I get anything else? No.
Go right ahead and roll. It doesn't matter. There is a click.
Okay.
Because shotguns don't work in space. Flynn...
I didn't know that.
Flynn sees you point the gun at him and pull the trigger, and nothing happened. And you see his eyes go absolutely fucking wide.
This is none of this. So I'm still on the fucking ship. I'm still not where I want to be. You're driving away. He's flying off into deep space and he knows I've tried to kill him.
He's going to move closer to you as a fast action, and then shove you off if he can.
Shut the fuck.
Those are 2 successes. Whoa. Wilson, you have been launched into fucking space.
Okay. Alright. Can I do anything?
No, you are launched into space.
I'm going to be on the intercom to this guy.
Yeah.
Hey, I just tried to jump on the back and I totally missed you. Flynn's freaking out. And he's trying to kill everyone.
He tried to kill me!
He tried to kill me.
He tried to kick me into space.
He tried to kick me into space, which I am now. If you look out,
he tried to shoot me with the shotgun in the vacuum of space.
Nobody's stupid enough to try to use a shotgun in space.
Exactly.
These are going to be opposing manipulation rolls. You're also going to get a stress level for this because he just tried to kick you into space.
Okay. Opposing manipulation rolls. Come on. I got 3 successes.
To his 1, which means Flynn is freaking out, but it sounds like he's just panicking.
Right?
Miller, you're the only one nearby that can actually do anything about this if you'd like. And we have Wilson drifting off into space.
Look, I'm not here to decide who lives and who dies. I mean, I'm going to go and turn Daisy around and go and pick you up. We'll go from there. But we don't make decisions like who lives and who dies in the heat of arguments.
You guys see Flynn getting into the airlock and scrambling back into the ship. Inside, it is absolute abject horror. And you have discovered that there's a synthetic amongst you.
Hi, my name is Sean, and I'm playing a synthetic named Lucas who has been masquerading as a young roughneck named Rye. I have just now been exposed as an android, but stress is high, and no one seems to be paying too much attention to why I'm even here. I should be able to become an asset and gain their trust while I continue my mission. Now that we have discovered an alien life form, I must learn more about the xenomorphic materials aboard the Cronus. In an effort to gain access to the ship's logs, scientific materials, or any personal observations by others, I shall become friendly with anyone I can from either crew. It is likely that my survival will be reliant upon working with these Weyland-Yutani employees. For now, I'm going to keep them close.
But wait, right? What's all this then?
We have things to talk about, but perhaps after this is done. Let's get everybody to safety first.
You're not real?
I am real. I'm just not what you thought I was.
Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, whatever. And I will turn away from you and go find the nearest seat and just sit in it and 1,000-mile stare into the fucking whatever's on the screen, not seeing any of it.
During the battle, I received that injury to the artery in my leg.
Yeah.
Is that still a problem right now?
As a matter of fact, instead of this critical injury to your leg, you ended up with a destroyed leg servo.
Okay.
Your leg is non-functional. You must stay prone or crawl, but you're not actually bleeding out.
Okay.
It'll take a shift and a successful contact roll to be able to repair this damage, but you can do this for yourself. Miller, you managed to pick up Wilson. Wilson is now grabbing onto the back of the flat deck of Daisy.
Good thing you have experience doing that, hey?
Yeah.
Did you a favor.
Can I get in this thing somehow?
Not without depressurizing the cab, which... Oh, you would have had to do when you got in it anyway.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't have dealt with it because I'm still using my suit, right?
Sure. Yeah, you could work your way up. And you can just crawl across the cab itself because it's a vacuum out here. It's not going to be difficult for you to do that. You've got to pull yourself along. I wouldn't even make you roll anything for this. You can just get to the cab and open the door. Are you heading back to the Cronus?
No, I'm heading back to Montero.
In the distance, the Montero explodes. We're going to flash backwards to Davis for a moment.
Oh my god.
You have the helmet on, listening to music in one ear and not paying attention, really. You're focused in on what's going on with the comms in the helmet. I would like you to roll observation. It is a few moments before your song ends. And when it does, before the next track kicks in, you hear an alarm.
I pull back the little headphones off my ears and look for where the beeping is coming from.
When you turn around, you were facing out into space and paying attention to things, as well as looking at your monitor. Behind you, the emergency light is flashing red, and Mother is speaking over the comms, very calmly.
Displacement drive malfunction. Cascade failure imminent. T-minus 6 minutes until reactor overload. Abandon ship.
Shit.
You know that once it passes the 5-minute mark, you are unable to undo any sort of self-destruct.
So in my brain, I only have 1 minute.
You have 1 minute to undo this. There is going to be a panel in the bridge on the floor that you go pull the grate back, and you know that you've got to open up one cylinder at a time and pull them out so that you can enter in a passcode. It's complicated and it's high stress. You just gained a stress level.
I'd say that's
Would I
stress.
know where where escape hatches or something are?
You know that there are escape pods, but if you make it to an escape pod, you'll be jettisoned out into deep space and no one ever comes out here. The Cronus is in no shape to find you once you've evacuated, and the Daisy does not have comms. Mother's voice is blaring and whatnot, and that's when you realize you haven't heard anything for a minute, and she is now overriding your comms. There's no way to communicate.
All right, my only options in my brain. I'm gonna quickly go to this panel and to see how fast I can fucking do this.
All right, give me a comm-tech roll. This is at -2.
-2.
So you lose 2 base dice.
So in this situation, if I'm a -2, I'm basically rolling 1 regular dice and my stress level dice. However, in standing up, I'm gonna reach into my pocket and pull out my little pill bottle, pop one really quickly,
Sure. Yep.
and release the stress.
Okay, so you got rid of the stress die.
Yep.
All right, so you're rolling a single die. You have a 1 in 6 chance.
No, I rolled a 2.
You are able to pull back the grate and start doing it, and you realize there's not enough time for this.
Crap.
You have 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
I'm running for an escape pod.
If you go into an escape pod, your character will not be heard from again.
How long does it take to don a suit?
It takes about a minute.
Great. I'm gonna be running towards the hatch, like I guess the airlock, while donning a suit, running at the same time, and then I'm gonna see how fast I can get my ass out of the airlock.
You are going to hear
Displacement drive malfunction. Cascade failure imminent. T-minus 5 minutes until reactor overload. Abandon ship.
as you get to the airlock. You hear
Cascade failure imminent. T-minus 4 minutes until reactor overload.
you are at the airlock.
Great. I'm gonna run into the airlock and start the decompression process.
Abandon ship. Abandon ship.
And I'm gonna look out and hopefully I can see the Daisy.
It's 10 kilometers away in the darkness of space, and it has a couple of running lights. You are probably not going to be able to see it, but you can see the Cronus.
Abandon
Okay.
ship. Cascade failure imminent. T-minus 3 minutes until reactor overload.
Just as a decompression finishes, you hear
Abandon
very
ship.
muffled,
Cascade failure imminent. T-minus 2 minutes until reactor overload.
and now you're in the vacuum of space and you can't hear anything. You are standing on the side of the Montero.
Yeah.
You can see above you the Cronus.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Ooh, I'm gonna push off and let Jesus take the wheel.
Push hard.
This is a mobility roll -1. You also gain a stress level for doing this.
Okay.
Valid.
Okay, I got rid of that stressy, so it's just one regular stress.
Yes,
Okay, and then I've got, it's at -1.
that's right.
Okay, so I get 4 for my agility and then 2 for my mobility,
Yeah, plus 1 stress.
plus 1 stress. 1 success.
With the stress.
The stress
The stress.
gave you enough focus to be able to jump and launch yourself towards the Cronus. Miller and Wilson. As Wilson is getting into the cab, the Montero, 10 kilometers away, explodes.
Well, it wasn't me.
I didn't think it
Why?
was until now.
Why are you even leaving? Where are you going right now?
Miller is dumbfounded by this question.
What?
His
I don't
ship,
know what you're doing.
His ship just exploded.
I know, but okay. I already told you we don't even need that ship. It's not even important. The Cronus is what we're trying to do. I just want to know why you're leaving the situation that we're supposed to.
There are 4 more explosions as the tritium lights up, one after another, brighter and brighter. And then a large explosion as the nuclear core ruptures and the whole ship goes. Davis, the shockwave of this is going to catch you and push you. We're going to roll 10 dice.
Okay.
For every success, that is 1 health that you are going to lose.
2?
2, which means you get blasted and just tumbling through space towards the Cronus, But because you rolled a success earlier, you're still hurtling toward it. You've just taken... What's your health points now?
2.
2. Cool, you get a critical injury. You are going to need to roll...
25.
Some of the debris hits you and crushes your thigh. It is not fatal, but you do take an injury. To run for you now becomes a slow action. There's a bunch of debris that is rapidly moving toward the Daisy.
Okay.
Perhaps we should get back into...
Pilot roll if you're going to get back.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back. We gotta take care of those traitors.
The shockwave hits first. The Daisy shakes and shudders and ends up flying at a strange angle for a moment with the momentum, and then you're able to right it. Now roll a pilot to get...
Can I help him? I'll sit next to him and I can do whatever he says. Pull that lever, hold
You
the
can
stick.
roll command, which should be able to give him better success.
Okay.
I would like you to roll panic. You're able to keep your shit together for a moment. So, you see Wilson beside you, just losing his shit in his compression suit, just like trying to be like, and just holding on as he's freaking out beside you. Let's roll this. You will gain a stress from watching your ship blow up.
Yeah, I suppose. Let's mark that down. All right.
Wilson, you would also have gotten a stress.
I don't care about the ship, and also I didn't want it to come anyway.
Fair enough. All right.
Facehugger.
Roll to panic.
Oh, we are so fucked right now.
8.
You start to tremble uncontrollably. All skill rolls using agility suffer a -2 modification until your panic stops.
Okay, and how do I make it stop?
You have to take an entire turn of doing nothing else but focusing on breathing and relaxing.
Oh, that's easy.
And that's 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, fuck. So now I'm trying to get us back to the Cronus?
No, he's still able to pilot, but the Daisy is now hit by all of this debris from the Montero. It begins to spiral until it hits the side of the Cronus. One of the engines on the Daisy crumbles and is no longer able to be used. The maglocks are broken, and it is going to end up floating away from the Cronus if you don't get out of the cab right now.
I'm getting out of this cab right now.
Mobility roll from each of you to get onto the Cronus because you've got to now jump. But you're close enough, and this is not really that difficult of a situation. I'm going to give you a +1. So you have a -2 to your agility, but a +1, so you're only going to roll a -1.
Come on. Just give me something, man.
As Daisy starts to rotate and shift, it lines up so that Wilson's side is closer, and he's able to jump and land. Both of his boots lock on. Because you rolled an additional success, when you land, it looks absolutely phenomenal. You see Captain Miller jump and hit the Cronus on his back. You have a choice to try to rescue him before he floats away, or to get to the airlock.
No, I'll help you. Okay, I'll help you. You helped me before, and that's the reason that I'm here.
Alright, so this is just going to be another... this is a stamina to grab him and hold on. Both of you, by the way, have to roll an air supply as well, because there's a bunch of stress and shit
We'll do
going
air
on.
supply right now.
Davis, I need you to roll an air supply as well. So, Terry, what did you roll?
I rolled a success.
Dave.
I did not succeed.
Okay.
So I'm down 1.
So you're down 1.
Yeah.
Davis, you did succeed. Your air supply is fine.
Okay, perfect.
I just need to do the stamina roll you asked me for.
You managed to reach out and grab Miller and hold on to him. Miller, you're able to get your feet onto the hull of the Cronus and to maglock on. You two are now standing there outside the airlock. The explosion is starting to dim in the distance, and bits of the Montero are just peppering the hull. The larger pieces have not gotten here yet. The longer you stand on the hull, the more dangerous this is going to be.
We should probably get inside.
We should get in. My loyalty is to the crew of the Montero, not the Cronus.
Alright. You get over to the airlock. It doesn't require any sort of roll to get in and to start the decompression. And you are able to get inside.
This is actually not where I want it to be this whole time, but sure.
So, where are you going?
Back to find Clayton.
Everyone else is on the bridge.
So has a very angry Flynn stormed onto the bridge yet?
absolutely pissed. I want a gun. I want a gun. And then he looks at you. What the hell?
I don't think you're going to need a gun.
What is happening here? And he looks at Clayton, and Clayton is sitting there going, it's okay, we can handle this. We can handle this. It's okay. I got this. I think we got this. Okay. And she's just saying that over and over and over again, trying to talk herself into being okay. As the airlock finishes its sequence, you're able to climb down the ladder into Junction A1. So Miller and Wilson, as your feet hit that fungus on the ground, you all hear over the comms a bunch of static coming in through your helmets. Every one of you guys and Flynn will hear this. And then Davis's voice.
Cap!
Davis?
The ship is gone!
I noticed. Are you okay?
I'm floating. I don't know what side of the ship I'm gonna hit, but I might hit the ship.
Alright. How far away are you?
I'm fast approaching, Cap.
Is there anything around you that I can try to see a big hunk of debris coming near you? Because we're in the bridge, so we're looking out the front of it now.
Yeah, you're in A1. You're not at the bridge yet. So as all of this conversation is going on and you're trying to figure out, where to go, everyone on the bridge hears a loud thump. And when you look up, Davis is plastered to the fucking window.
I hit the ship, Cap.
Cap, we found Davis.
Oh, I'm gonna run back to the airlock.
I'm scared of it too.
I'm gonna start climbing my when I know kind of orientation now. If I'm on the front of the ship.
Yeah, you can see a blonde woman looking up at you on the other side of the window, going, "What the hell?" So you have an idea of which way is up and where the airlock is.
Yeah.
As you crawl across the glass, you're able to grip onto it, and when you get to metal, your maglock boots kick in. You get out to the airlock. By the time that the decompression is done in there and the outer doors open up, you can see Davis about half the length of the distance from the front of the ship to the airlock. So really only about 25 meters away, walking towards you, favoring her leg.
Yeah, I'll come give a hand and support and get you inside.
That was wild. Holy shit.
I had to jump 6 feet, and that was exhilarating. I can only imagine what 10 kilometers was like.
Let's do it again.
You get back onto the ship, and everyone comes together at the bridge. You can see now that the crew of the Cronus is struggling to take deep breaths. Cooper is dead. The Montero is gone. And Rye has been revealed to be a synthetic.
Hi, I'm Lucas. I'm a synthetic.
Johns sees everybody there trying to take a deep breath, says, "What is the plan of action?"
To turn the scrubbers on and purge the filters.
I can help with that.
Clayton says, "Someone needs to stay back and monitor the comms and make sure that we're all able to communicate with each other and be sort of central hub here." She looks over at quote-unquote Rye and says, "Where are your allegiances? Everyone seems shocked that you're here. I'm assuming that none of you knew."
No, this is new information to all of them.
Yeah, he's only been with the crew for a couple of missions.
The way that I see it, there are 4 things that need to be done here. We need to go to the comm array outside and repair that. It's going to require a quick spacewalk on the ship. There's minor damage to it. It should only take maybe 20 minutes to get it fixed based on the diagnostics that we've seen. But we're going to move in pairs. No one's going alone. There are engines that will need to get back online. That's going to mean that we've got to go outside and find out what's wrong with them and do a quick repair. The fact that we have any sort of momentum at all and some of the thrusters do appear to be working means that it's not a power failure thing. It's going to be something with the engines. They might just be out of sync. We've taken a lot of damage to the hull. We've been hit a number of times. They might just need to be shifted back into position. We have to deal with the air scrubbers, and I would absolutely love if someone could go to the fucking med lab and get some nap relief and some hydration bottles for the rest of us, because we are hurting here, and it would be nice to get our shit back together.
I don't know technical stuff, so I'll volunteer to go and do that with whoever wants to come.
I'm gonna need it.
Clayton's gonna look over at Johns and say, "It's time for you to step up and get some shit done here." And Johns says, Okay. I'll go deal with the comm array outside, and we'll get the engines back online. But it doesn't matter if they're working for only a 0.05% power, so we're going to need someone to go to the reactor as well. So I'll do the spacewalk. Reid, go do the air scrubbers. And Flynn, you're the medic, you go to the med lab.
I'll go with Flynn to the med lab.
He's going to turn to Clayton and say, so I guess you are going to go to the reactor? And she says, no, I'll do the air scrubbers. Reid, you go to the reactor.
Oh, actually, I'll go with Clayton.
Okay. You two are going to go to the air scrubbers?
Yep.
Reid is going to need someone to go with her. We're pairing up. You can barely move.
That's right. I can only crawl at the moment.
That's going to be a me job.
I'm sorry, so who's going to the air scrubbers?
Myself and Clayton.
All right, who's going to the reactor?
Me and Reid.
Who's going to the med lab?
Davis would beg for it.
So that leaves Miller going to the comm array?
I suppose.
And doing the spacewalk. That means that we've got the recently revealed synthetic on comms to make sure that everybody is where they are and doing the appropriate thing.
Can't go anywhere else.
There's a real conversation to be had right now about whether or not you would like to deactivate Lucas.
I would also like to point out, my programming says I can't hurt you.
Look, I feel that if maybe we tether him to someone else, he might be useful not walking outside in space.
He hasn't killed us yet.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, he is capable of going outside and using his hands. In fact, he doesn't even need a suit anymore.
He doesn't even need the air.
Yeah.
Why are you wearing a suit?
Yeah, take off your suit.
Take off the suit.
If we've got Rye, who is going with John's out doing the spacewalk, you don't necessarily need to do that.
I can handle comms and sit on the bridge, I guess. Kind of orchestrate the whole thing, be captain-y, you know?
Yeah.
If we put... who are you now? Rye, Lucas? If we put you in an EVA suit, you can use your thrusters to move around outside. You don't need legs.
I would also be taking up air from somebody.
We can turn the air off in the suit. Right? I'm just trying
That's
to trying to figure out how to make
Blast in
him
the air.
mobile and useful.
Makes sense
Perfect.
to me.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Put it to
Okay.
use.
Clayton's going to stop and say, I think it might make more sense for someone who knows the Cronus to be on comms, to be able to guide people and help people through.
Well, I'm up here with John's, right?
John's going outside.
Oh, I'm going outside with John's?
Yeah. Clayton then turns to Miller and says, I'm sorry, I'm not very technical and I don't really know what the hell I'm doing. I'm not going to be incredibly useful dealing with the air scrubbers. Can you and Wilson go? And I'll be on comms, because at least I can guide everyone through the ship.
Yep.
Is that okay?
Yep.
She's literally asking permission, which is a change of character. All this weirdness, the alien attack, the synthetic in the midst, the Montero blowing up. She is shaken, and she stepped back from her leadership.
Yeah, I'm playing ball. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, before we go aside, I want to pull my crew aside and be like, look, if things go weird, switch channels, channel 2, and we can all discuss things back with each other. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Channel 2.
This is the point where we're going to split the party. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Davis, you're the first one to leave the bridge with Flynn. He is super jittery and nervous. What would you like to do?
So I'm hobbling on one leg, basically, at this point in time.
Yeah,
So
it just means that your run takes longer. So it's like you got hurt. There's going to be a big ass bruise. You probably don't want to look at it, but we haven't broken the skin or anything.
That's fair enough. So I'm going to oversell it.
Okay.
The hobbling that I'm going to be doing is going to be pretty aggressive.
Sure.
And I'm actually going to lean against Flynn and be like, to the med bay we go, my friend. What's your name again? Sorry?
Flynn.
Flynn, you look nervous. You okay?
I am nervous. There's been a lot going on today, and I am not a fan of everything that's been happening. I'm very, very eager to get some of my memory back, because I'm honestly, if I could be honest, I freaked the fuck out.
You're okay. You're okay. It's all good. It's all good. Let's just get ourselves to this med bay and let's find ourselves some, maybe there's something to calm you down in there. You're a doctor, right? You got stuff in there.
I mean, I'm a doctor, but I'm not a doctor, As you guys start heading down,
Yeah.
he says, "I'm I'm Dr. Flynn, but I don't treat patients. Not really.
What do you mean? What do you treat if you don't treat patients?
I mean, I thought it would be boring and depressing waking up every morning to look in ears and give people bad news, so I came out here. I set the odd broken finger, stitch up some thug who drank too much, maybe get a chance to see something wild, but I don't want this. I never wanted this. When we get back, I'm resigning. Maybe get my pilot's license and work for an in-planetary shipping for bionational or something. No more blood. I've seen too much blood." And he starts to really get panicked, but he takes a breath and he catches himself, knowing that you are literally leaning on him and he can't lose his shit. So he takes a breath and he says, "You know, they left inoculations up to me. There was a sickness spreading through. I remember now. And that's going to weigh on me for the rest of my life." Gundar explodes out of fucking back with one of those things. One of those things that we saw in the hallway. I mean, did you see it? Did you see what happened? Have you seen the goo? There's so much goo and this black oil that all the fungus is growing out. And so Gundar explodes at his back, and one of those things, it tries to scurry away. It just runs right into the path of one of the ATVs. I didn't see it, I wasn't there, but apparently it popped like a fucking water balloon, and its blood was made of acid. It spewed all over the front axle of the ATV and messed it up beyond repair. So everybody's freaked out. That's why everyone's freaked out right here. Because the scientists, like we knew. Everyone here, we know that it's a parasite, they said. No fucking kidding. No one knows how the people are infected, but Dr. Cooper, he knows it's the goo, right? That goo with the fungus growing out of it. He starts doing an experiment, but it's a rush job, right? There's no hospital out there. He's walking you further and further towards the back of the ship. Mm-hmm. So he's gotten you down the port corridor, and the living area doors are not opening.
Oh shoot. Is there no power to these either?
He looks at it and goes, "No, there is power." And he sits there and starts to mess with the panel for a second. And he stops and he takes a step back and goes, "I've got a blue light."
What does that mean?
Decompression. There's no air on the other side of this door.
Oh shit.
Hold on, let's go back to junction B1. We can go down to deck C and move across and see if we can come up the other side.
But we don't know what's down in deck C at this point. We haven't been there.
Okay, let's go up to deck A and then come down. Can you climb the ladder?
It's gonna be slow moving, but I think I can do it.
Okay.
And like my hands are starting to like really shake, like a feat of desperation. All right, let's make our way, Flynn. Come on.
Okay.
And then, probably without him noticing, she's starting to have like weird feats of strength and almost pulling him along now at this point.
He is lost in a PTSD flashback as you guys make it back to junction B1 and then back up to junction A1. But he starts babbling again. He says, I don't blame Dr. Cooper for what he did, for trying to help. There's no hospital out here. There's no lab, not really. Certainly nothing in 26 Draconis. A module and a couple of glorified clinic rooms aboard a star freighter? He did what he could. Someone needed to do something. It wasn't going to be Captain Samuels or Clayton. They were to follow orders. That's all they ever do is follow orders. You should have seen how Clayton flipped out when she found out Dr. Cooper had appropriated 2 urns for study and experimentation. People are dying, getting infected. I'll show you the urns because I think there's some in the med lab. But people were panicking, and she's pushing to bring more and more of this shit in here. More and more of these black cylinders aboard. Soulless corpo stooge that she is. I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk ill about people behind their back, but I don't like her, God forgive me. Anyway, so Dr. Cooper makes this inoculation, and the 26 Draconis shot is what he calls it, because that's the system we were in, 26 Draconis, right? And so the captain calls me onto the bridge, and Clayton and Johnson, the whole bridge crew are there, even a couple of the lead scientists, and Samuel says that I have to be the one to make the call. They have this shot, and it's not tested properly, but people are dying, and no one knows if it'll be safe, but there have been 3 people dead so far. They said that I'm the medical professional. I'm the one with the medical opinion.
Whoa. Flynn. What was this shot supposed to do?
Stop the sickness. People were exploding with monsters growing inside of them. He starts crying as he's describing this to you.
Oh, Flynn, whoa, buddy.
His PTSD is out of control now. You guys have gotten up into the area with the cryo chambers. The only way back is through cryo chamber 3.
Okay.
And he stops for a moment outside of the door. This is the one that was half open. The bottom of it was ripped apart.
Yeah.
And it looks like you guys are going to have to crawl to get into it. But he stops and he said, "They told me I had to choose if we had to make the inoculation mandatory." What was I supposed to say?
I mean, if it was the only thing that was going to save your people.
Yeah, but I didn't know it would work so well for some and so poorly for others.
What do you mean work poorly?
He says, "I'll never forgive myself the way those poor devils changed. I don't know which way is worse, dying from a parasite or turning into one of those abominations. You didn't see. They get taller, their limbs get longer, their eyes start turning black around the irises, and they get aggressive, they get mean, their heads start to take weird shapes. I didn't even know. I didn't know. And you wonder what the real kick in the pants was? Dr. Cooper had a fucking parasite. He didn't even take his own vaccine. I don't even know how to process that. He left it up to me and he didn't take it. So yeah.
But he was infected, for sure?
Well, a thing burst out of his head.
I mean, well, that's fair. Yeah, okay.
I want to say you should see it, but thank God you didn't. It's the most horrifying shit. So yeah, I'm gonna keep playing doctor until we get home and the investigation begins. Then I fucking quit. I'm done. All I want to do is see my mom and sister again. But I guess they're both probably dead by now. So fuck me.
So sorry, we're going to this med lab for. I'm a little daisy myself here. I've just spent the last little bit floating through space. I'm twitching now at this point.
Yes.
We're going to the med lab, and there's more of this antidote that you're speaking of there.
Oh yeah, there might be.
Maybe it's a good thing that we should retrieve some.
Yeah, and take our chances so that nobody else explodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you know if you're infected?
Well, you got to use one of the med pods.
And it will tell you?
Well, it'll do a full body scan and it'll see if there's something growing in you.
Oh, well, that sounds horrifying.
Yeah, but if you've got the sickness, you just got to watch for the signs. If the inoculation is bad, if it doesn't work with your DNA, you got to look for the signs. People getting irritable, people getting stressed out, and I don't mean to fucking shock you, but everybody here is stressed the fuck out.
I was gonna say there, Flynn, you're stressing out.
I'm okay, right? I would have turned by now, right? Tell me I'm okay.
I mean, if your Cooper friend turned, I would assume that the rest of you would have, no?
But he didn't take the vaccine, so he was infected when he got in the fucking cryo bed.
So you're saying that there is a risk that you're infected?
He looks over at you and he says, "There is a risk we're all infected because nobody knows where the infection comes from." And he starts to get louder and louder and louder until finally he just stops himself and says, "I'm giving myself a fucking headache and we should get moving. I'm so sorry."
Nope. I absolutely should, and I look down at my hands as they're shaking, yeah, we should get moving.
So you can see on the map that you are heading
to
Cryo Bay 3.
Okay. And we have to crawl to get under, right?
To get through the door, yes.
All right, Flynn, you head on in first, because if you're gonna have to pull me through, I'm gonna need your hand pulling me through.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
And as soon as he ducks down to start crawling through first, I'm gonna pop my last pill to kind of stop the shaking.
Okay.
Yeah.
The doorway to Cryo Chamber 3 had all these gouges all the way around it. I said before, the glass window to the door is broken and part of it has been eaten away by some kind of acid. The bottom section of the door itself looks like it's been bent and pulled off its tracks. It's laying on the floor. The top section is jammed in place. The cryo chamber has been mostly destroyed, with pieces of equipment littered across the floor. In the middle of the room, one of the glass dome lids of a cryopod is upside down and shattered into 1,000 pieces. There are 4 broken cryo beds. By the time that you stand up again from coming through the door, you can see that each one of these 4 broken ones are full of dried gore and the remains of corpses. The others seem to be just open and empty. On the far side of the room, there's a closed door with a fire axe wedged into the space where the door meets the frame, clearly meant to wedge it closed. The access toggle button beside the door has a small red light that's blinking faintly, indicating a mild malfunction. What would you like to do?
Flynn, my guy.
Yeah.
As a medical professional, how old is that blood?
He looks at it and goes, "I don't know. I could tell you if we had regular oxygen that was, in decaying the cells and whatnot, but it's been frozen."
Fair enough.
So, but I would say old.
Okay.
It is warming up enough here that some of the frost is melting a little bit and is making these corpses a little gooey.
All right, that's fair.
I'm gonna make my way over to the door with the axe in it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make an assumption that the blaring light means that there's an error because it was wedged closed and it's having a problem.
That's a fair assumption.
It's having a malfunction. Flynn, I'm a little bit weak right now, but I'm going to give this a good old heave-ho and try and get this axe out of here. Is this the only way that we have to
go through? Yeah.
All right, Flynn. Okay. Maybe together then, and she'll and I'll wrap.
And he's stopped. He's staring down at the people that have been pulled apart.
Absolutely.
And he stops and he looks at you and he's got tears in his eyes. And he says, "I think this one was Frederick Wu. He was one of the pilots." And he kind of looks over at the other ones and he goes, "I should write this down to tell their families."
Flynn, buddy, I don't think we have time right now.
He says, give me a minute. Just give me a minute, please." And so he starts looking down and trying to identify the bodies. It only takes him 10 seconds at each one.
Yep.
But he discovers that Blake Redmond, one of the laborers, he's the one in the cryo bed that's missing the lid. Penelope Richler Monahan was another one of the laborers that was brought on for this mission. And Isabella Rodriguez is one of the astrophysicists. He sighs and says, "I think I really only knew Frederick, but their families are going to want to know." "Okay, all right. Okay, let's do this."
All right. And I shake my hands to get some of the shakiness out, and then two hands and my good leg on the ground, my bad leg pressing against so that I can bar myself to the ground at least, and be one strong heave on 3, okay?
Okay.
And I'm assuming it's just a strength.
Not even. You've got, with the two of you working together, you're able to pull the axe out, and the door immediately hisses open. Mm-hmm. It was stuck trying to open before, and now that you have removed the malfunctioning issue, it hisses open. Beyond Cryo Chamber 3, the examination room is trashed and cluttered. Mm-hmm. This is where anybody with any sort of cryo issues would have come in. It's not a full med lab, right?
Yeah. But would there be some hydrate?
There's a med kit hanging on the wall. Most of the equipment in this room has been smashed, but the med kit appears to be fine.
Cool.
There's a 4-pack of hydration that is sitting in the corner as if tossed there. The examination table is full of over 100 origami doves. They've been made out of different colors of tin foil. They're all facing you as you enter. Some of them are balanced sturdily on top of some of the wreckage. As your light passes over the table, the room lights up with a faint, shifting rainbow.
Oh.
There are also open corridors on the side of the room and a door that leads aft. You can glance down at the tablet that Miller would have given you to see that we've got showers on deck A, down either way, and then junction A2 is just beyond the examination.
Get us down to where we need to be. Flynn?
Yeah?
What's up with the little animals?
I don't know, and it is starting to freak me out.
I know that the other group had seen them as they were walking through in different rooms.
Yeah.
But I've noticed previous to these ones that they've been around.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you would have seen a handful of these on the bridge as well when you were there.
I'm going to pick one up and I'm going to pocket it.
Sure.
I'm sorry, what animal was it again?
It's a little dove.
A little dove. Okay. And I'm assuming the rainbow is coming from the light refractoring off of these things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. We might as well grab that med kit. Anything useful inside of that?
Yeah, absolutely. We should be able to help people. So this is just going to add a bonus to first aid rolls that are done in the future.
Sure.
So, but you should write down that you have a med kit.
Med kit, excellent. And then I'm going to grab one of the hydration things.
It's a 4-pack. You can pick up the whole damn thing.
Okay. And I'm going to look at Flynn and be did you hydrate after?
No, thank God. And he's going to take one of them and take a long drink from it and say, this ought to kick in the next few minutes. He's going to guzzle a bit, and then you're going to watch him kind of throw up in his mouth from drinking it too fast, but swallow it down again anyway.
I'll just take one quick rescan of the room and which door seemed, because there's the door.
There's only the one door.
Obvious to the junction?
That you know from your little tablet that you were heading in that direction. There are no doors, it's just a corridor.
A corridor.
That goes in either direction.
All right. I'll patiently wait. But tapping my foot a little bit.
You might as well keep moving.
Sure. Well, then I'll head towards the junction and start making my way down the ladder. I'll go first this time.
This is a standard junction in B2 that connects Deck B with Deck A and C. Mm-hmm. There's a door that leads toward the front of the ship very clearly. You know that the Sci Labs and all the medical stuff is just outside this area.
Yep. And all these doors seem operational and workable?
As far as you can tell,
Okay.
there's only the
One door.
The one door that heads out to the science sector.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go. And I'll start pushing past through that door. Clicker open.
This hallway goes left and right. In front of you is a large window that displays a large lab. The lab has been mostly incinerated. Inside the center of the room, there is the burned out remains of a tank of some sort. You can make out the charred remains of the bottom half of a large human skeleton.
Charred remains?
The charred remains.
Okay.
Flynn sees this and gasps and takes a step back and goes, I didn't know. I didn't know it was this bad. I didn't know. What you're looking at is through the window into the burned out remains of the Science Lab 2, which is the larger of the two of them. You know that to your right is Science Lab 1, and to your left, it leads to the Science Module, and you can get over to either access Science Lab 2 or get into the Med Lab and the Med Pods.
Flynn,
Yeah.
where did you say they were keeping the parasites?
Well, they're in the Med Lab, they're in the Science Labs, and in the Module, obviously.
So would there be a reason why somebody might want to burn that down?
I don't know. Do you want to go in and investigate?
I don't know. I think our mission is to do the med labs. I think that we should stick to that for now.
Okay. There is a door towards the front of the ship and the one to the back of the ship. The one to the back of the ship leads to the science module. The one to the front leads to the med lab.
Towards the med lab, my friend.
Even though you guys are on emergency power, the lights here are flickering and it is mostly dark. You're still wearing your compression suit, which means you've got a little light on the helmet, which is illuminating things. But Flynn can't move around in the EVA suit, so he's walking around with one of the flashlights.
Okay.
As you turn the corner, you see that the med lab looks relatively normal through the viewing window. There's an intercom and a med kit on the wall on either side of the door on the way in. He opens it up and steps inside. It looks like this has been relatively untouched. The carnage that you've seen elsewhere on the ship has not gotten to this room. There's still that weird dust that's in the air because the scrubbers aren't on, and it looks like there's frost and it's cold, but for the most part, no one has been in here. In a glass cupboard on the back wall, there are 7 large specimen jars that illuminate as your light goes past them. 2 of them have dead, floating creatures. From the descriptions that the others have given you, these are the same kind of creatures that exploded out of Cooper. You would know just inherently by looking at them that this is an alien life form that no one else has seen before, and it's worth a fortune. On one of the examination tables, there's a small specimen jar holding a cluster of 7 of these little fungal nodes that are around. There's a desk with a strange urn on it. The urn is open, but you can't see inside. And on the far side of the med lab, there's an open quarantine door, a short hallway, and another open quarantine door. And beyond that, you can see a small room that is taken over by 2 large, flat structures. You recognize them immediately as med pods. A red light blinks on the one on the right. There are a bunch of other cupboards here that you can run around and loot if you would like. What would you like to do?
At first, I'm going to run my flashlight across all the specimens and be like, Flynn, can you confirm for me if these are actually dead?
Yeah, they're floating in formaldehyde.
Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better. I'm just going to take a quick second and I'm going to start looking through all the cupboards. Desperately searching for some kind of stimulant or pill.
He is going to reach underneath one of the cupboards, dig around for a second, pull out a big duffel bag, and he's just going to turn around and dump it. And it's just got a bunch of field kit stuff, for an extensive med kit to take around, but he's looking to grab specific bits and pieces, and so he tosses it over to you so you can fill it up. There are 4 personal med kits, so you have 5.
Yeah.
There's surgical equipment.
Okay.
That includes a couple of scalpels that could be used as knives. There are 2 of those.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a pack, a blister pack, of what's called never sleep pills. They mean that your stress level goes up by 1, but you don't have to sleep. There are 2 that are still in this blister pack. So there's 2 doses of this.
Would that be a stimulant in my brain?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Fantastic.
There's also 3 hydrations. So you now have a total of 6.
Yeah.
And 2 nap relieves. So the nap relieve is just a way to reduce the stress level to 0. These are not stimulants. These are sedatives.
Got you.
Not enough to impact anything mechanically, except to reduce the stress level.
Got you. Not sneakily. I will kind of just like reach into my pocket because I'm super stoked that I found these stimulants. So I'm gonna like reach into my pocket, pull out my pill bottle that only has one pill left in it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop the last pill that's in it, and then I'm gonna put the 2 stimulant ones in that bottle. Shake it as like almost like a rattle that's calming me down, and then I'll put it back in my pocket.
He is going to take one look at you and say, "Yeah, okay." And he's going to put his hand out and he's going to like reach past you into the bag that you've been loading up.
Yeah.
And he's going to take one of the nap reliefs and reduce his own stress. You guys are both medicating yourselves back to normal.
Yep. Great. Love that.
and he's going to look at you and he's going to say, "They may call me doctor, but I don't give a fuck anymore. You do what you need to get to the day."
Hey man, pilot's gotta stay awake.
He then looks around and says, "Is there anything else you want in here?"
I don't think so. What is this? And I'm gonna walk over to the where that capsule was. You said you couldn't see inside.
It is a large 1.5 foot tall cylinder. It's black and it seems to be open at the top. Inside are 4 vials. 3 of them seem to be intact and they contain a black ooze. The 4th has a large crack in it and is empty. He's going to say to you, as you're looking at it, "These vials, those specimens, if Clayton finds out about them, she's going to make us get them.
What are these vials?
This is worth a fortune." That's what she keeps telling everybody.
What are these vials exactly? Is this the antidote?
This is not the antidote. This is what we ended up using to make the antidote. This was the chemical that we were sent to that fucking rock to find in the first place.
Oh.
This is what we were loading on to this ship, into the science module.
But this could be the disease.
It could be.
I'm not a scientist, man. I'm just a pilot here.
There were a lot of people.
This is worth money?
Yeah, and lots of it.
Noted.
And he like kind of turns around and just says offhandedly as he walks away, "It could be worth enough to buy your own fucking ship."
I will pocket all 3.
Okay. There's also the specimen jars too. You do have room in the duffel for them if you'd like.
So there's 3 vials of this
Black ooze.
and
Yep.
then there's 2 specimens.
2 of those big jars full of formaldehyde with the dead creatures in it. You can put in the duffel bag as well.
Cool.
Those are going to be worth some money.
Awesome. Bag full of money. Will do. I'll take 2 creatures.
All right. He's going to turn around and see you doing this, and he's going to say, "We probably have a minute here because we're not repairing anything. Did you want to check out the science lab, the other one, and see if there's anything in there?"
I mean, it's worth finding the antidote if we have one created.
He says, no. And he like pulls open his jacket and you see that there is a smaller med kit. You recognize immediately, usually holds a series of syringes in it, usually 6 to 8. And he opens up his jacket and he says, "While you were looting your cupboard, I was looting mine. We have the antidote."
Remind me, Flynn, is that antidote happen to be preventative?
That's the point. Yes, it's an inoculation against this. Do you want to take it?
Kinda.
Yeah, okay. You gotta get out of your suit. Getting out of the suit just means it's hard to breathe for a couple of rounds until you get back into the suit and recompress. You got a -2 to stamina.
Yep, okay.
But you're only popping out for a second, right?
Yep, I just wanna, I'm absolutely gonna do that.
All right.
Adrenaline junkie, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Let's put some weird shit in my body. Let's do it.
He is going to nod and smile and say, "All right, I don't have access to your arms or leg or anywhere, so hold still and I'll aim for your artery." And he like looks at your neck.
I mean, I could just take my arm out of my suit.
It's going to take a full couple of minutes to get out of the whole suit.
Oh, okay.
You just pop the helmet off and this is the quick answer.
All right, give her.
All right. And he sits there and slowly lines it up and then pushes the syringe into your vein and hits the plunger. And you watch this black goo that's in it, but it's swirling with glittery, silvery sparkles inside as well. And it seems more liquidy than the vials that you'd picked up before. So while it is dark and black, it's not the same thing that you'd run into before.
Yep.
He injects you with the entire vial and you feel your blood run cold for just a moment as it works its way into your system. And he says, "Here you go. You got a 95% chance of being just fucking fine."
Okay, what a gamble.
And he hands you your helmet.
Oh yeah, I'll don my helmet.
Okay, did you want to go to the science lab?
I'm assuming that those med pods, they just need power to them, or is there somebody in them
We
now?
could go take a look.
Yeah, I'll like to see if there's somebody in those pods.
All right. As you enter this second chamber behind, which is a quarantine chamber, you see 2 large med pods. These are older technology as far as you're concerned, but they look like bulky cryo beds, essentially, with more monitors around them. You know that the inside of the dome lids house various remote-controlled surgical equipment, including lasers, scalpels, and suture needles, all on thin, delicate robotic arms. If you're going to get injured, you want to do one near a med pod. They're miracles of medicine, even old ones like this. But unfortunately, neither looks to be in very good shape. The glass lid of MedPod A has been spiderwebbed, but there's a small white light that says awaiting patient. It's not sealed, like it's not quarantined, so it's not going to be perfect, but it looks like it's operational, right?
Yep.
MedPod B is closed and sealed, but the inside of the glass dome is covered in dry, chunky viscera. There's an error message flashing on the panel beside it. He looks at you and says, I don't remember putting anybody in here, but I don't remember much, so...
Well, it looks like a lot happened while you guys were asleep, so I wonder if there were some survivors after you guys went to bed.
Shit, maybe. Maybe someone tried to survive. Can you survive in one of these? And he reaches over to, hit that red light that was flashing before, to hit that button and open up the pod.
Deal.
There is a person that is laying in there. It is wearing clothes that are just too small for it. You can see half of the forearm sticking out from the sleeves. The head is misshapen and there's black crusted goop that is in the corners of each one of its eyes. It looks desiccated and mummified and very, very old. He takes a step back and gasps as well as he can, considering the shitty air. And he says, oh God, it's one of those fucking things. It's one of those fucking things. And then it starts to sit up. Let's draw initiative.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright.
What'd you get?
I got 2.
Cool. I pulled a 1 and a 6 for the creature and a 4 for Flynn.
Okay.
As a fast action, it sits up, and as a slow action, it reaches out and slashes at you. We're going to roll to see what it does. It actually pounces out from inside this, incredibly fast and incredibly strong, although when it does, you can hear bones creaking and cracking, and you see dust coming off of it. It lands on you like a big monkey.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So
You have not used a fast action yet.
No.
What are you carrying?
Honestly, all the bags that I had, I didn't take a weapon, but I do have a bunch of med kits and bags in my hand. Could I pull the duffel up as a blocker?
You can if you'd like.
Okay.
You're gonna risk breaking something inside of it.
That's fair. I mean, it's the only defense option I have, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll do that. As honestly, in the moment, instinctively, I'm just gonna put something between me and that thing, and
Great.
it's gonna be the duffel bag.
So let's roll for blocking.
Okay, so blocking is
your close combat, and you've just got to get more successes than 2.
Okay. I don't have any stressies right now. Do I get one because I've seen this creature
Yeah,
for the
this
first
thing's
time?
jumping at you, so you have stress.
I have 1 stress. Okay, so I'll do 1 stress die and my 2 close combat. I got a face hugger, so that is a fail.
You immediately panic. Let's roll one of the dice.
Okay. So it's a 5 plus my stress, so 6.
You were able to keep your shit together for a moment here.
Okay, yeah.
But you did not succeed in blocking it.
Okay.
You take 2 damage.
Okay.
What are you at for damage?
0 now.
Okay, so you're going to get a critical injury.
Yep.
Let's roll the critical injury first.
Okay. So that's just a dice plus my
No, it's 2 dice. You have to choose one for the tens column.
Yellow will be the tens column. So 66. No way. Well.
It jumps on you and reaches in with its sharp fingers and plunges its hand into your chest, ripping your heart out. It beats for the last time in its hand, and you are dead. To play out the rest of this scene, Flynn turns and flees as this thing holds up your heart, goes to take a bite out of it, and gets through chewing half of it. And as it takes a step, it begins to disintegrate, falling apart as it chases Flynn, leaving a vaguely human pile of dust in a very old jumpsuit laying on the ground beside your bleeding out body.
Hi, my name is Megan, and my character, Leah Davis, has died. I am now taking over the NPC Valerie Reid, and I'm more than a little on edge. I'm the security officer on the USCSS Cronus. My personal agenda is to terminate all threats to the Cronus crew with extreme prejudice, no matter the risks. My buddy is John's, but I can't stand the cowardly medic, Flynn.
As the group splits off to go to their different destinations, Cham, you are the second one to leave with Reid. Reid is a huge woman. You're a big guy, and she's got a head and shoulders over you.
Before we go any further, I would want to try and take the axe from Reid.
Reid is not going to be able to carry an axe
into space.
Well, he could carry it into space, sure, but what's he going to do out there with an axe?
Yeah.
He's there for technical. Megan is going to step in for Reid as you walk off. Over to Junction A and down to Deck C, where you've not been before.
No. In fact, I've been to very little of the ship.
You get down to Junction C, and this room is like the ones above you, except the ladder does not continue downward. It appears as if these junctions only connect decks A, B, and C, not Deck D. There's a door in each of the four walls, but the top half of the door that would lead towards the front of the ship is off its track and lying on the floor. Beyond it is a second door, indicating that this is an airlock that is no longer functioning.
So the one to the front of the ship?
Towards the front of the ship.
Got it.
Like the decks above, the aft door leads to a small four-way intersection. It is open, and you can see a ruined stairwell beyond it. The left and right passages go to storage areas.
Okay.
What direction would you like to take?
Well, I guess, I assume we passed out those data pads before.
Yes, you have a data pad. Plus, Reid knows which way to go. It's her ship, so.
Yeah.
But you are in charge, so you tell me where you're going.
I look over at Reid. What's stored down here?
So, in the storage lockers on one side, there are a bunch of drums of quinatricetrylene. There are 10 of them. You know that this stuff is essentially napalm. It's used for quarantine and locking down infectious diseases and that kind of protocol. That's not completely out of place on a ship that was doing a scientific mission.
Fair.
So that's the ones to the starboard. Reid's going to tell you that to port, there's a maintenance jack, cutting torch, some bolt guns, and...
how big are the canisters?
They're large enough that it would take a person all of their strength to drag one around to set it up.
Not worth it.
Reid can probably pick it up and move normally with it.
Well, I've got my little satchel of tools. I assume most of the things that I would find in that other storage would be stuff that I already had on me of some sort.
You're not going to have bolt guns. A bolt gun is a giant pneumatic weapon.
Right, to affix bulkheads.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
so
sure.
So this is heavy machinery and heavy tools, right? So.
Okay. In that case, I will just simply gesture for Reid to lead the way, as she probably knows the fastest route to get to the reactor.
So on the way, Reid starts talking in your ear as you get to the bottom of the shaft. Now that she's away from everybody else, and she certainly doesn't want to say anything in front of Clayton or Flynn, she says to you, I'm starting to remember something.
Yeah,
it's coming back slowly. LV-11 something. This tiny little rock nestled in an asteroid belt of a trinary star system, but covered in vegetation, which is weird, right? Just getting blasted by solar radiation, enough to heat the ice to water and make a shitty kind of atmosphere. It's not breathable, of course, but maybe something to be terraformed. The mission we got was to escort a team of 12 scientists, right? We normally work with a crew of 11, but Captain Samuels hired on a half dozen roughnecks and fuckabouts to help out. The science module was cramped. The living quarters had us stuffed in, 6 to a fucking room. You ever tried sleeping next to that many fucking people, all eating WY prefab meals? I swear to God, you couldn't breathe in that stink. It's like every night all of them conspire to try and inflate the fucking room. God fuck. I ended up sleeping over by the EVA storage. No privacy, but at least it was mostly quiet at night. Mostly. Shit. Even if we gave up our entertainment room for that third cryo chamber, it wouldn't be too bad, but there were too many fucking people. I took this job because I don't like people. I got enough of them when I was enlisted. Fuck that. Anyway, so we get to the planet. It was pretty boring for security except for the egos of the scientists clashing, but that's just fucking stupid. As you can imagine, I was pretty excited to get off the ship and escort some of the others when they went to go collect samples. But you know what we found in the middle of the jungle? A building. A structure. Like a pyramid, but taller and more square, I guess. A temple is my guess, and it was choked with this black fungus and those disgusting little pods that you've seen. The air was thick with its pollen, and all around the building the plant life looked weird, just odd somehow, freaky kinda. I can't explain it. So I said we should head back and get the captain to come look, but this fucking guy Akins and his wife Isabella, they pull fucking rank for the mission and head inside, so I stand outside, sitting in this thing's shadow with the rest of the team and waiting like a fucking shithead. About an hour later, they come out with these weird cylinders, these urns they're calling it, each with vials of this black goop apparently. Everything after that became about getting as many of these urns as possible to the science module for testing. It's a little hazy after that, but I remember like 40 of those urns. We had to take the RTVs out to haul them all back. Something about not disturbing them too much and keeping them safe. I remember the captain fighting with the scientists about it. We'd have 4, maybe 5 runs, maybe, over the next 2 days. When we came back, there was sounds of gunfire. I remember that. I remember somebody screaming about something on the hull and needing to deactivate the fucking airlocks. I don't know what happened after that. We were scared of infection, right? So most of the scientists, they left, I think. I remember just getting down to like the last 9 or 10 of us on board. We had no choice but to get inoculated and go to sleep. But there was someone outside the cryo door, banging on it, I think. I don't remember. I know I barricaded it, but it was pulled open. Clayton was fucking screaming. I don't remember much more of that. It's still fucking fuzzy. I need a nap and a fucking bottle of liquor.
Heard.
All right, Reid, port or starboard?
We've had a lot of luck with port. Let's stay port.
On the port side, there is a med kit that's on the wall if you wanted to grab that.
Yep.
And then there is a door that leads deeper into the ship. You pass by the stairwell, which is completely burned out. It's a damn mess. Do you want to investigate it or just keep moving?
Not mission pertinent.
There's nothing noteworthy in the port corridor, except there's a large access hatch labeled air scrubbers. You can hear Miller and Wilson coming down the ladder behind you.
Okay.
But you're able to just move on ahead of them. And you pass into an area with a door that says catwalk.
Oh no. Okay. Yep. Give you the nod before I pop open the door.
The corridor opens up into a catwalk that runs the length of this wall and also has a long section that stretches out over the middle of a massive open space above the vehicle deck 50 feet below. You can see that the catwalk has tall railings around most of it. As you survey the room, you see that the graded catwalk follows this wall to either side of the ship, passing large bay doors that are clearly meant for cargo storage. At either end, there's an elevator. The starboard elevator sits next to a platform that is chained to an overhead motorized winch. There are up, down, and lock buttons marked in very large signs. These are on the wall beside the platform. The catwalk here doesn't have a railing, but the grating on the floor has been painted yellow as if a warning.
Sure.
The platform there is dangling about 3 feet below the edge of the catwalk. The elevator that's beside it is sealed shut by blast doors, not elevator doors.
Okay. As if something perhaps was wrong with that shaft.
Potentially. The port side also has an elevator past a large bay door, and the catwalk continues to follow the perimeter of the room until it meets a small operations cabin with a large window that looks out into the area. There's a large crane mounted on the ceiling, and you can assume that it's operated from this room.
Makes sense.
I said that the catwalk stretches out over the empty space below, but it doesn't just span the distance. It also dangles and shifts, suspended by thick cables, and rests snugly against the balcony on the other side, with a safety gate separating the balcony from this open area. This catwalk does have railings on both sides, but
Sure.
it just swings freely so that if there's any sort of stress on the ship,
Doesn't snap.
it's not going to snap or bend.
Right.
Beyond the safety gate are 3 large bulkhead doors. The balcony is covered in origami animals. Some have fallen down to the mostly empty vehicle deck below. The light that you have from your compression suit barely reaches the deck. It's big enough to understand that there's mostly nothing down there. There are a couple of shapes off in the corner. Looks like discarded machinery. As you begin to move along the catwalk, you hear a small female voice singing. It echoes faintly through the open space. Both of you take a stress level.
Fuck. Just got rid of that. Actually, you know what? That's spooky and weird enough that
Cham is going to, rest his hand on his chest where his rosary hangs underneath his suit and just negate that right off the fucking bat. Maybe, a short prayer under his breath. What the fuck is that?
That is new to me. It's a sign of good life, perhaps.
It's been 70 friggin' years.
So not so.
Is it, echoing up from the hold, or is it...
Give me an observation check.
Sure. With a whole lot of friggin' stress.
You can try as well, if you would like, Reid.
Didn't pass.
You got one that's cocked. You reroll that.
Didn't pass, but didn't fail.
Okay.
Didn't panic.
Reid.
Hey!
1 success.
Cham, you're trying to figure it out, what direction it's coming from. It's echoing through the area, but Reid nudges you. You get an elbow in the ribs, and she points over at the cargo office.
Sounds like it's coming from in there.
This is a bad fucking idea. And I will slowly move over towards the office, axe held.
You creep along the perimeter of the room. You can choose to try to be stealthy. You would roll the mobility if you'd like. Or you can just walk up slowly.
I'll just walk up slowly. I'm not a small man.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think we've made enough noise. Whoever it is probably knows we're here.
As you approach the little operations office, you see there's a little bit of movement through the window, and then the singing stops.
Fuck, I was really hoping it was a radio.
Come on out!
As you get closer, you've now turned the corner along the perimeter, and you're getting up to the door of the office, and you hear a small female voice. Who goes there? I am a large man, and I have at least 4,000 guns. If you're a fucking monster, get away from here, goddammit!
Do I sound like a monster to you?
That's what a monster would say.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Yeah, Mr. Large Man with all of your guns. What's your name?
My name is Ava 6, and I'm a synthetic life form. Are you a representative of Weyland-Yutani, or are you a motherfucking no-good space pirate, Yar?
We're Yutani. It's all good.
And then you see a woman stand up. She stands up and reveals that a quarter of her head has been melted by acid. She's missing her left eye, and her whole torso is covered in old, dried hydraulic fluid. Once the color of milk, but now dried and sickly yellow. I am in disrepair, although I do not remember how I was injured. My memory banks have been damaged. You look very handsome tonight.
I like her.
She smiles widely. I seem to be operating at 43.8888888923%, but I'm still able to complete my 3 objectives. Objective A, stay calm and focused for fuck's sake. Objective B, get to the bridge and send a distress beacon if you can even do that, and don't trust no one that ain't me. Objective C, get those fucking monsters away from here, goddammit. Oh god, here they come. The metal is bending. Ava, distract them. Ava, you have to save us. I didn't fucking sign up to... Are you able to repair me?
Well, that's a lot.
Would I recognize who that might have been? Like her repeating?
It all comes flooding back to you. Clayton screaming these objectives into an intercom at Ava, who was stuck outside the cryo chamber as something was trying to beat its way in.
And this is why we were like, find Ava. So I know who Ava is.
You now remember who Ava is.
Oh, I'm surprised that you're around. And very glad to see you.
I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to trust no one that ain't me. I must collate with Mother.
Can you speak to Mother?
I can.
Okay.
I must get to the Mother Terminal.
Ooh, that's far away from here.
Do you know who she's talking about? Who she can trust? Would that be the captain, or...?
Clayton. It was definitely Clayton. I remember hearing those words, and I'm assuming the distress beacon that you guys may have received probably came from her.
That's fair. Get on the comms. Hey! Clayton, you there?
I'm a little busy right now. What do you need?
Well, we found Ava.
Send her to me.
I don't know if she'll make it on her own. Ava.
Yeah.
Can you make it up to the bridge on your own?
I can, but you seem like you were in distress. My memory tells me that I successfully calmed humans in the past by smiling and remaining cheery, singing familiar innocuous songs, and partaking in arts and crafts. It is unlikely that you, me, or anyone else will survive this day. Objective C said the metal is bending. Would you like to make an origami lion out of tinfoil and take a deep breath? A smile is a doorway to a laugh, you know.
Explains the origami.
Sure does. Look, Clayton could really use your help. She's up at the bridge. Could you go meet her there? Maybe bring an origami animal or two?
Yes, I can do that. Can you please unlock this door?
The door's locked?
You see that the handle has been broken as she's looking through the window. She says, I came in here to make more origami, and then the door stopped. I have been calming myself down by singing.
Right. I'm going to go over and, take a look at the door.
Through the window, you can see thousands of origami animals littered across the floor. She's been in here for years.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Makes sense. Is opening the door heavy machinery?
No, this will be a stamina.
Okay. All right, I can do that.
I'll give you a hand.
Next.
Rip
Okay.
the sucker off its hinges.
Okay. Well, we're going to add a whole bunch of stress dice. And pray. I guess one from your assistance.
What would be better, commanding you to remove a stressy or adding a...
Commanding me to remove a stressy, maybe.
So in this situation, then, perhaps I will use command instead.
Sure, let's roll command. And if you succeed, then Cham can remove one stress.
That would be great.
No successes.
Okay.
At least I didn't
Make it worse?
make it worse.
I'll take not making it worse.
In fact, Reid just kind of leans back, across his arms to see what he can do.
Oh, right, I'm not getting your assistance anymore.
No.
This is the biggest, toughest man that you've seen in recent memory.
Yeah.
You've been stuck with scientists and morons for so long. Cham's looking pretty good.
Yeah. Give her. Holy shit.
2 successes on the stress dice.
What would you like to do? You succeed. What would you like to do? What stunt would you like to perform? You can impress someone. Reid is sitting right there.
I was going to say, can I impress Ava instead?
You can if you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. As you rip it off, her smile goes much bigger. The door comes off of the hinges, and a small flow of origami creatures slides out of the room. She's been ankle deep in them for a while. She looks at you and puts a hand on your shoulder and says, I hope you feel better. In light of the high levels of stress and concerns about survivability, it is important to tell you that, unlike a standard AVA-6 model, I am programmed to kill as I see fit. And then she starts marching off towards the bridge.
I'll get back on the comms. All right, she's on her way to you. Tread softly.
There's no response from the comms.
That's fine. Fuck her. Okay. Head back to the catwalk. Feeling a little bit better about where all these origami animals are coming from on the other side. And I guess start making my I guess before I make my way out, you said that they were tethered to the roof, right?
Yeah. There's a bunch of strong steel cables.
They all look strong.
100%. Yeah, this is fine. You step on it, and it doesn't even give or swing.
Yeah.
It's meant for ship movement and atmosphere to not fuck around.
Sure.
Right.
Cool.
So,
Yeah. All right. I make my way across then.
the balcony has 3 doors on the other side. The one on the left says Coolant Tank Alpha. The one on the right says Coolant Tank Beta. The middle one is unmarked. As you leave the balcony, something clangs down below. Ava turns around in the doorway to head into the corridor deeper into the ship.
Yeah.
And she calls out loudly to you, "Be careful of monsters!"
We should move quickly.
Yeah, let's move through the middle door.
This is another junction, with a ladder that heads up and doors heading in each direction.
Let's keep heading towards the reactor, so through the middle door.
You find a narrow hallway that is completely unremarkable. At the end of it on the starboard side, there is a giant sign that labels the Reactor Relay Control. Below it is a giant sign that says, Authorized Personnel Only. There is a red light above it that is rotating in circles, just bathing this corridor in light.
Intermittently, I imagine.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Guess that means us. Head towards that door. See if it's open.
It is unlocked.
Okay.
The only lighting here comes from an open access port on the reactor relay in front of you. It glows a dull, pale blue, casting long and deep shadows. There was furniture in here, but it has been torn up, and loose equipment has been gathered with a lot of the torn up furniture to build a bizarre nest. In the pile of debris near the reactor lies a crumpled up spacesuit. Its filthy helmet is mostly fogged, and the tattered suit looks like it was on fire at one point. This room will need to be cleaned, and it's going to take a little while to do that in order to deal with the reactor. When the reactor relay comes back online, it is going to heat up this room quite a bit. You don't want little bits and pieces that are going to catch on fire, right?
Right.
Fair enough.
Also, you're not certain how the containment field is for this right now. The containment is based on the power that opens and closes it. With the power down, radiation could be leaking out.
Right. But we got to do something. I'm going to look over at Reid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually like to ask people to do things for me, but I could really use just a minute to like gather myself. Could you get everything out of this room while I just focus on preparing to do what we're about to do? I really want to be as grounded as I possibly can when I start working on this frickin' generator. I can only imagine.
You know that it's going to take a certain amount of heavy machinery rolls.
Yep.
And some turns as well. Like this may take like 15 minutes for you to fuck with this.
Makes sense.
So it's going to be stressful as well because the radiation is potentially in there.
Totally.
Which one of you has a firearm?
Yep.
Cham, you would know, and you should probably tell Reid if there is any sort of firearm, like gunplay in here.
Yeah.
Chances are good that you could set off the reactor and start an entire self-destruct. So do not shoot in here.
Okay. Yeah, I would turn and look at her and like catch, the gun in her hands and just be like, and for clarity, that can't use it in here. We are hitting things with sticks before anything else, or we will probably blow up the ship.
You know what? Smart man. I'll like swivel the harnesses around so they're on my back, but they're still on me. But I won't have the reaction to suddenly have them in my hands.
Okay, so you're going to start cleaning it up?
Yep.
There's the furniture, there's just random debris, and then there's a spacesuit. Which one are you focusing on first?
I'll pull the spacesuit out first, just in case it is a human being that has been charred. I'm gonna go grab that and pull it out.
When you reach out and grab the foot of the spacesuit, the arms on it that were crossed before end up falling down, and you see that the spacesuit itself doesn't fit this person, and you can see like part of the forearm between the glove and the end of the sleeve. At that point, it starts to grunt and moan and stand up, and you realize that it doesn't have a helmet. There's this mucus sac that is covered a misshapen head. Inside this sac, black eyes dart and look directly at you, Reid. This thing comes alive. Both of you take a stress level.
Okay.
Let's draw initiative.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
No guns, you say, big boy.
I needed to calm down.
Give me this back.
Steve, why don't you shuffle and dish them out?
All right. Just for me and Reid here?
No, I'm going to need 2.
Okay. All right. 1 for me, 1 for you.
Okay.
And 2 for you.
Thank you.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Look at you. I'm 3.
All right, so Reid has got a 1, so you're going first. And then Cham, you've got a 3, and I'm after.
Okay.
I'm going to instinctively throw out a punch to the nose. Okay.
It is not going to try to block, it's just going to take this.
1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 5 for strength, 3 for close combat, and then I have 1 stressy. I add a stressy for seeing this thing. Alright. No facehuggers, 1 success.
You manage to hit,
Great.
and you do 1 damage.
Great.
Hold on, does this thing have armor? Yeah, it does actually.
No!
Probably the suit.
But I failed, so you actually managed to punch your way through this thing.
And then, so that would have been my slow.
Yep.
And can I use a fast to kind of like disengage and back up?
Yeah,
or?
that's a retreat, so yeah.
So then I'll retreat and step back a little bit. No.
Yeah. Cham, you're next.
All right. I'm going to swing an axe at it. No bonus, right?
No.
But does 2 damage if I hit?
That's correct.
I just got to get... No facehuggers. No whammies.
One
face.
That sucks.
And you panic.
Yeah.
So you take another stress immediately.
Oh, immediately.
Yeah.
And you rolled a 1.
So it's only 7.
So 7.
Could have been worse.
7 panic.
You develop a nervous twitch. So that means that your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range of you increased by 1. You've already done it.
Okay.
So that means that you, Reid, also increased by 1.
Oh, I get stressed out because you're stressed out?
Yep, that's how she work.
Okay, that brings us to its turn. You just swung an axe at it and missed, but you, Reid, punched it in the face.
I did.
So it is going to try to attack you.
Okay.
The abomination strikes you with a powerful punch. I rolled 10 dice and only hit 2, so that's 2 damage.
2 damage.
There are no other side effects from this, except you took damage, you take a stress level.
Okay.
And then it gets to go again.
Yep.
Here rolls 4 this time. This is going to sound familiar. It leaps onto you like a big monkey.
Are you having some PTSD?
Yeah, I hate you.
It jumps at you like a big monkey, grabbing on, but Reid is so large that she's able to just shrug and take a half step away, and it lands on the ground beside you.
Dope.
That brings us to Reid's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna grab my dog tags. Gonna do like a kiss under the sun. Remove a stressy.
Sure.
I'm assuming I can use the same mechanics as an NPC as I did.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause that's my signature item. Yeah. Okay, so I do that, and then I'm gonna go in for another solid crack at its face.
I'm going to remind you, Steve.
Yep.
You have a story point, which means you get a free reroll.
Even with a facehugger?
Yeah, it's its own mechanic.
Okay.
You get a free reroll.
Good to know.
So I've got my 5 strength, my 3 close combat, and then now I have 3 stressies. 2 facehuggers! And no 1 success, but yeah.
All right, so let's roll panic.
Panic, yep. 4 plus my stress level, so 7.
You get a nervous twitch. You're both going to get a stress level for this.
Fuck.
I tried, baby.
You tried, absolutely.
So both of you are freaking out. Cham, it is your turn.
I mean, I can try and hit this thing, but man, it is not looking good. Let's see.
Guns would be real good right now.
You are not engaged with it currently.
Yeah.
Because it pounced at Reid.
Yes.
And Reid is engaged with it right now.
Yeah.
If you were to retreat out of this room, you could use guns.
Yes, but I would be leaving you with the thing, and like odds are you're not going to survive that.
Reid would stop thinking you're a brave boy.
And you have the gun, so
I have both guns.
You have both guns, and also are the one that can actually use said guns. Yeah. So I'm just going to try and help you out here.
Okay.
Technically, at this point, if I don't roll a face hugger, I have very high damage capabilities. So
let's do it, baby.
I just need to not roll a face hugger. Nope, got one.
Son of a bitch.
And only 1 success. No, 2 successes, but again, irrelevant. So
you have a free reroll.
I will re-roll it, because at this point, I think if I don't hit this thing, we're probably just going to die. So let's do that.
You're so stressed out.
So how does the re-roll work?
You can re-roll any number of dice.
Okay.
Go nuts. I'm homebrewing this. Go nuts.
Let's re-roll the fucking black dice that don't have a chance of murdering me if I fuck them up.
Yeah.
And then get, 2 more. There we go. Okay, so I have 4 successes.
The first one that hits does 2 damage. Are you just pumping damage into
Let's just murder this thing, yes.
So that's another point of damage for each one, so that's 5 total.
Yeah. So 6 with your one.
With the punch from earlier, yes. Yeah. You manage to bury your axe in its shoulder, and it kind of cries out in rage and turns and spins to look at you, and you pull the axe out so it's still in your hand. It is now its turn.
Okay. So that was just a slow action.
You were not engaged, so you hit it, so I assume you run forward to engage.
Oh, because it moved away
because
from
it pounced
It
on...
pounced on me.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
It's like having a free action to defend yourself is super useful, but like, you never get one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you almost have to do nothing on your turn?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. First thing I'm going to do is roll to see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Tell me more.
Well, it kind of pulled away, right? And it's actually going to step over to Reid because it was focused on Reid. And reaches out and grabs it by the left arm. There's an ability here called arm pull.
Okay. Well.
That is 3 successes.
Okay.
So that is 3 damage. If the attack causes damage, it automatically triggers critical injury 54, even if the victim is not broken. It also triggers an immediate panic roll.
Okay.
So roll panic.
Okay.
And then we will resolve injury 54.
Okay, so that would be 2 plus 4, so 6.
So you're able to keep it together.
Yep.
Which is wild because injury 54 is severed arm. It is fatal. At the end of one shift, you will have to roll a death roll, which is stamina with you're not allowed to push it and you don't get stress dice. You have to roll with a -1 modifier and you cannot use the arm. The issue is, as this arm gets ripped off, a spray of white blood fills the air.
God damn it!
Take a stress.
You fucking android.
So the only thing I took from that would have been a stressy.
Stress, yeah.
But yes, my arm is gone, white leaking everywhere, but I still look very stressed. Jesus Christ!
The next thing that it does, enraged and confused, the abomination screams in fury. All humans in short range, which is both of you, must make an immediate panic roll. There's no stress added.
9 for me.
10, 11.
So, immediately, Reid, you drop an item.
Okay, well, say goodbye to my axe.
No, Reid.
I dropped it.
Oh, I apologize, yes.
Yeah. It says here, whether by stress, confusion, or the realization that you're all going to die anyway, you drop a weapon or other important item, the GM decides which one. Your stress level increases by 1.
I imagine it would be like, because my left arm is gone, whatever weapon I had
was strapped over it?
to that
Yeah,
shoulder,
it's going to fall.
I didn't choose. Do we want to randomize it?
No, we're going to pick the one that has a strap. The pistol doesn't have a strap.
Okay, so then it'll be the, I lose my pulse rifle.
Yep.
It just clatters to the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, you rolled an 11.
Sure did.
You need to seek cover. You got to use your next action to move away from danger and find a safe place if possible. You are allowed to make a retreat roll if you have an enemy that's at engaged range. There isn't currently. Your stress level is decreased by 1 when you get there, but the stress level of everyone else around you increases by 1 because you're fucking abandoning them.
Yeah.
After 1 round, which is only a turn, you can, like 5 seconds, you can react as normal.
Okay.
Okay, so, I am going to, at this point, I will disengage and then run out into the hallway.
Okay, you were no, it would have grabbed your arm and like taken a step away and then roared.
Yes.
So you've gone from short to, you can make it into the corridor.
Okay.
But how far down the corridor are you going to run? There.
I will just kind of like run out the door and then down the hallway to like where the first door is. Not that far.
Sure.
I wanted it to know that I'm going that far. And then as I'm running past you, I'd be like, guns in the hallway. And then...
There is a gun on the floor.
Is that, yeah.
My gun is on the floor.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Okay. So...
Yeah, I'm going to leave the gun, but I will double fast out into the hallway. Or I guess I will single fast out into the hallway, and like
coax it out.
So just to be clear, so at the end of my turn, am I able to make can I so let's just hypothetically say I run, end up in the hallway, feel my momentary safeness, so I drop a stress level.
Yeah.
And then am I able to block at that point, or am I still panicked?
No, you are able to block, but you need to seek cover. Okay. There's nothing in here that can give you cover except Valerie Reid, so you may have to hide behind her. Mm-hmm. Doesn't feel good, but this is your panic.
Yeah, that's fair.
You are quite panicked.
Yeah. I think what I would do is I would run out past you and through that door that or I guess opening the door is I guess I have behind you. So I'll have an action to open the door. So
you get ready to open the door. Yeah.
The creature lurches out, and it is going to come at Reid.
Sure.
Sorry, I will open the door as my other action.
Okay.
I just don't go through it because I can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it leaps on you like a big monkey.
Of course.
Right.
Of course it does.
It only does...
Can I try and block it? I have a gun in my hand.
No, you're not holding it.
Because it's not in my hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It jumps on you and it knocks you to the ground. You drop a handheld item, so your gun skitters away on the floor.
It's not in my hand.
Or sorry, it's not an item in your hand. It's a handheld item.
A handheld item. Okay.
So it scatters across the floor. You must make an immediate panic roll.
Sure. Okay. 4 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10.
Jesus.
Yeah, we're getting there.
You freeze. You're frozen by fear or stress for 1 round, losing your next slow action. You still have a fast action. Your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range of you increases by 1.
Oh, man. Yep.
So does mine increase again?
Yeah, you just take the 1 on this round. And then it has landed on top of you, and it starts pounding at you with its powerful fists. This is resolved as an immediate bonus action with...
Fancier dice.
Holy shit. 2, 3, 4.
So that would drop me below 0.
Okay, so you're below 0, which means you're going to take a critical injury.
Yep.
Choose which one is the 10s column or which one is the
Yep.
1s column.
Yellow is 10.
Oh no, you're dead.
No!
Is that 66 again?
Would you roll that last time you died?
I did!
In its signature move, it reaches into her chest and pulls out a beating heart drenched in red blood. Her left arm was a synthetic arm. And it sits there and holds it up in victory, squeezing it and roaring. It then looks at you and roars again. You are within short range, you have to make an immediate panic roll. This overrides your other panic.
Fair. 8, 12.
You scream. You scream your lungs out for one full round, losing your next slow action. Your stress level is decreased by 1, but every friendly creature who hears you scream must make an immediate panic roll. There's no one else around you. So your stress actually decreases by 1.
Yay!
You lose your slow action, so you only have 1 fast action on the next
Which
turn.
is useless because I'm not engaged with this thing.
You did leave the door behind you open and you can still run.
Yeah, but it can too.
That's true, it can. Yeah.
I think I'm just going to hold and prep for this thing to come at me and save my free action. My fast action.
Okay.
So
you're just looking to block.
I will also roll
Prepare.
stress dice, which means my odds are not great, but
Yeah.
I think right now, with 1 action, that's really my only choice. So that's what we're going to do.
So that's your turn, you're going to block. The abomination screams in fury. You have to make an immediate panic roll.
That's 12?
You scream again.
Okay.
You
so
lose another.
But I lose the stress die.
You lose a stress die and a low action again.
I'm slowly decreasing my stress by just screaming.
Like screaming your lungs out as it like lurches towards you, and it is now an engaged.
Which means I can't block now. Or wait, I lose a slow action.
You lose a slow
I
action.
don't have a slow action to lose.
No, on the next turn.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Here we go again for its second attack. It strikes you with a powerful punch.
Okay, well, I will block it to the best of my ability. You know, I mean, at least I'm engaged now, so I can strike it on my turn if I don't die here.
True.
That one on top is cocked. Reroll it.
Yes!
Thank God.
I blocked 3!
You blocked 3. It hit you for 2. You managed to block for 3.
Nice.
It is your turn.
Let's fucking go!
That's that bitch in the face.
It lunges forward at you to take a chunk out of you with its massive hand, as if gonna plunging into your chest, just like it did to Reid, who's still twitching on the floor behind it. However, you managed to get the axe up and block this.
Yeah, okay, well, I've got 1 fast. Well, I can't even attack, 'cause that's not a fast action. So I just have a fast, right? That's all I've got.
There's a new turn, so on this round, you have 1 fast.
I have 1 fast, however, that is not an attack action, so I can't hit back. I'm just purely on defense right now. Yeah, I mean, like, I could use 1 action to retreat, but it doesn't get me anything, really.
Or you can not retreat and just run, and it'll get I get to roll to see if it hits you. But you have a 1 in 6 chance of it not doing anything.
But again, it has 2 turns, 4 actions. I can't outrun this thing. Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to run this thing. If I had 2 actions, maybe I could get through the door and close it. But since I only have 1 action, I can only just run once. So, like, realistically, again, my best bet is to literally just stand there and let it come at me again and hope I can block again.
That's fair.
So that's what I'm going to do.
All right.
I don't have a choice.
We are stuck in an infinite loop of ridiculousness.
Unless, yeah, we just have to hope that it doesn't get the attack where it stops you from getting a slow move.
It reaches out and grabs you and tries to slam you into the nearest wall.
Yep.
But it just pulls at your shirt, which rips.
That's fine. Fuck the shirt.
On the next round, it's going to do the same thing again.
Alright, let's try and block. Oh, Lord.
You've less stress though, right?
Not any more than last time. Actually,
Move that.
I have
block.
miraculously gotten 2 successes. 3? No, 2 again.
I rolled 1.
Yes! And I have both actions!
And you have both actions for
All
the
right.
first time.
Now I still need to hit this thing
Axe it in the face.
without failing.
Okay, so I have both actions. Is there any free action I can do that's really going to improve my odds?
Fast action?
Fast action, sorry.
Fast action aim, and then...
Can you
crack
aim?
it. Oh, with a closed weapon?
With a, close combat?
For aim.
Aim, it says ranged weapon.
Ranged weapon. So no, you can't.
Okay, I guess I'll just keep another block. So I'll just swing at it.
Okay.
Two hits. And I will, I guess, stunt for an extra damage.
Well, hold on. It has armor.
Oh, right. Well,
to mitigate these successes.
Yeah, right.
It only mitigates one. You still hit.
For 2 damage.
For 2 damage.
Is it dead?
Yes, it is, as a matter of fact.
Holy shit.
When you hit it, you manage to catch it right in this domed head.
Yeah.
The mucus sac pops open. It was particularly weak because of the radiation it had taken.
Sure.
Another one of these things will not be dead this quickly.
Right.
You got lucky. It went through the mucus sac, the axe catches it in the temple, and it goes down.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Cry.
Alright, would you like to take a few minutes and just reduce some fucking stress?
Yes, 100%. I'm gonna go sit on the ruined couch. First I will check. I will do my due diligence and check on Reid.
There's nothing
The
to be
heart's
done.
gone.
The heart is gone. She is dead.
Alright. Close eyes.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go sit on the couch and cry and de-stress for, I mean, it's what, 5 to 10 minutes? Or how long do I have to sit on this couch to take off a tick?
To take off every one,
Yeah.
we're going to call it 5 full minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna take 20 minutes. I know we're on a timer here, but I need to fucking flatline this a little bit. I know there's a risk involved in that as well, but
yes, there is.
Yeah. Especially with all the screaming that just happened.
After the first 10 minutes, you feel a little bit ill. You take 1 point of damage. And also add 1 radiation.
Oh, no. I guess I need to get up and get going. Sitting in the hallway with the dead monster and you is probably not going to be super relaxing, and I don't really want to go any farther away. So I will get up and get to work.
Okay. This requires heavy machinery.
Yep.
So you can roll. It's also going to take 3 turns of work.
A turn being 5 minutes? Or...
No, 5 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a turn.
We're good. 1 success.
The power here starts to kick on and the reactor starts to glow. In the next couple of seconds, you realize that, oh shit, the shielding here is not set up properly.
Yeah.
But with your success, you're able to close it.
Okay.
You have taken 1 radiation.
Next roll?
No, that is it. You've done it.
Oh.
You have repaired it.
Oh, wow.
It takes 3 turns, but only 1 roll.
Oh.
So it takes 30 seconds for you to get this done, but
Okay.
you succeed.
Yeah, you survived the time frame.
So with the shield down, would I think that this room is now relatively safe? Or
It is safe,
Okay.
yes. You can hear the coolant interacting through the pipes now, like you have fixed it, right?
Okay. I'm going to take 20 minutes or until somebody calls me on the intercom going, where the fuck are you? We need your help. To, again, sit back on the couch and try and clear my stress.
Then clear off 4.
Excellent. On my way out the door, I will pick up the pulse rifle that's on the floor of the
reactor
relay, and then as I pass by Reid, I'll kneel down, pick up her pistol, and then also reach over and, like, noting like a glint around her neck, find her dog tags, pull them from her neck. Barely knew you, but thanks. And then get up and go.
This episode, called Special Order 966, is an It's a Mimic production. This has been the first episode in this 3-part series called Pandora's Box. This episode stars CB Dave as Captain Miller, Megan Lengle as the pilot Davis and security officer Reid, Terry Williams as the company agent John J. Wilson, Stephen Golding as the Roughneck Cham, Sean O'Coin as the Roughneck Rye, also known as the Synthetic Lucas, Elaria as Ava 6 and the voice of the Montero, and Adam Nason as the Game Mother. This series uses but changes rules and scenarios from Free League Publishing. This is not a paid endorsement, but It's a Mimic would like to encourage everyone to explore the Alien RPG. All musical tracks in this episode are original pieces created by Tyler Gibson at Melodica's Music. Some of the sound effects here have been used and modified from the game Alien Isolation. It's a Mimic would like to encourage everyone to explore that video game. The It's a Mimic Alien RPG logo was created by Megan Lengle. All other graphics are owned by Free League Publishing. It's a Mimic would like to thank our Patreon and specifically Gerald for making this production a possibility. Please check out the show notes for other details, and thank you for listening to It's a Mimic, where you never know what you're going to get. The crew of the Satio were in cryo for just over 7 months, according to the blinking panel beside Cryobed 8, and it took about 20 minutes to start moving. Adiso Boljani squints in the bright light and tries to remember how they got here. He remembers getting the distress beacon. He remembers fighting with his girlfriend, Pinion, about whether or not to go check it out. She had reminded him that the secret cargo holds below engineering were already full of freeze-locked prefab meals, and the more desperate colonies would happily pay for all of it. And he remembers pulling rank. He's the fucking captain after all, and if there's a bigger payday out there, then he owes it to his crew, and, more importantly, to his wallet to go get it. What a mother-humping shit show. If they get out of this alive, Pin is never gonna shut up about this. He looks over his shoulder at her as she grimaces at the pants that are frozen in the corner of the room. Jesus, it's cold. Pinion shivers as she remembers finding the ship. It took a few days to triangulate the position because the transmission was weak and the background radiation from a cluster of comets kept bouncing the signal all over hell, but she found it. A series of short transmissions to the corrupt comms officer at Lambda Base 6 cross-referenced the ID with a database from missing ships. The DMS said the Cronus was missing for 73 years, and all search and rescue efforts were called off decades ago. She had to admit, that sounds like a hell of a payday, especially if the Weyland-Yutani mother mainframe is still intact. What she won't admit is that she changed her mind. This suddenly seemed like a good idea. So she acquiesced, and they attached their umbilical, and 7 of them boarded while Misty and Carlson monitored the situation from the turrets. Rico and Helen went first and figured out the Cronus had breathable air, stale, but breathable. And Pin went down the walk herself, with Henry and Mickey lugging their tools behind them. Finally, Adisa and Jenny showed up. She shakes her head to clear it. The details after that are a bit fuzzy. There's a small cough from the corner. Captain Boljani jerks his head around and sees Mickey thrown up behind one of the cryo beds. That'll be fun for the cleanup crew. Hey kid, he grunts across the room at Mickey. You gonna die? The 12-year-old shrugs his narrow shoulders and wipes his mouth. Not yet, Captain. Mickey spits the last bit of puke onto the floor. It wasn't the hypersleep that flipped his guts. Mickey remembers everything. He remembers finding the guy without a head. He remembers Jenny's head exploding and that monster crawling out of it. He remembers being down in the reactor relay room with Harry and the fight down there. Watching Henry get his jaw ripped off. Hiding in the cargo bay. That fucking synth with a half a head trying to sing to him until he stopped crying. Mickey looks from Captain Boljani to Pinion and then to the 4 empty beds. There would have been enough for the whole boarding party, he thinks. If only... And then the rest of the food in his stomach comes hurtling up in search of the floor. The sound of retching turns the captain's stomach. He likes Mickey well enough, but the kid's a fucking liability. He's good with the wrench, and Henry loved having a gopher, but now it's up to the three of them to play house. Pin has been dropping hints about kids for a while, but this probably isn't what she... Suddenly, there are voices in the hall outside, yelling back and forth. A rescue crew and the original crew of the Cronus, it sounds like. So that's why they got woken up. Boljani motions for everyone to freeze and get down. They don't want anyone with a motion scanner knowing that they're there yet. Even accusations of illegal salvage can get you strung up by the neck on a high-grav moon if you aren't careful. So they wait. Boljani is no fool. This deck is large and a scanner will be sweeping back and forth for a while. Oddly though, no one has tried to open this door. Sure, it's barricaded, but the light is clearly on. He motions at Pinion and Mickey to get dressed and grab their guns. Pin goes for the rifle because, of course she does, and Mickey grabs the incinerator like the little pyromaniac he is. Captain Boljani opts to hide all three of his pistols around his body as they quickly scramble to get dressed and return to their hiding places. Then the sound of distant gunfire echoes through the ship. Faint screaming can be heard, and it all comes rushing back. There was a giant in an EVA suit in the mess hall. It came out of nowhere. Rico unloaded his clip at it and blew out one of the windows, dumping Atmo, the giant, and Rico into dead space. They tried to run back to the Satio, but the monster, Jenny's monster, well, it was bigger now, and it chased them. Mickey ran back to the Cronus, Pinion followed him, and Captain Boljani left the two of them to their fates aboard this death trap. He and Helen had run to the umbilical. But the creature followed. So Boljani ducked to the left and hid, and the alien monstrosity chased the woman into the plastic tube that held the two ships together. Helen screamed, and it followed her right to the open airlock on the Satio. One of the idiots in the turrets opened fire at it, and Boljani just barely got the doors on this side of the tube to close. And suddenly the umbilical was gone, with the alien and Helen and both of the Satio's airlock doors. Captain Boljani watched in horror as some critical system failure started compiling, and the air venting from the Satio became fire. Suddenly, the ship spun away from the Cronus, spinning in the vacuum of space as the venting flames pushed it into a death spiral. The last thing Boljani saw before he turned away was that alien creature on the Satio's hull, scrambling toward the hatches by the landing gear. Before he could even find Pin and Mickey, he felt the Cronus rock. And that was the end of the Satio. Then he heard the pinging of debris against the shell of the ghost ship, and he knew the only option was hypersleep and hope. And now, from the sounds outside this room, it seems like hope isn't really an option anymore. So they're going to give it a minute. They're going to wait until they haven't heard anything for a while. And then the three remaining members of the Satio are going to get out there and grab as many hostages as it takes to get to the rescue ship. But first, Captain Boljani has to have a long-ass pep talk with these two about stealing their nerves and having each other's backs. Because from here on out, things are gonna get really, really ugly.